kudos to these K-pop concerts where people feel comfortable, putting their babies on stage. When I was a baby, my brothers and sisters listened to NWA. You couldn't put me on stage. Couldn't put me on stage at those concerts.
Hey, man. I just think that like fans need to realize like, I hope that Joy is okay, but like you have to understand it must be like she really cannot perform if she's not out there.
And she says Janet Jackson would have gotten straight into cardiac arrest if she attempted this choreo, by the way. Oh, he got to take off the glasses for this.
Take it off.
Is this a podcast number 3? Here we are, man. We got a special guest today. We got my man InfiniteLocke. How's it going, man?
What's up, y'all? Thanks for having me. I'm doing good, man. Hope y'all doing good too.
Oh yeah, we're doing great, man. Well, I can't speak for these guys, but I feel great.
Man, I think he's
Bang Bang
good.
doing good. He eating good. With his disrespectful crunch.
It's good, man.
Really? That's what you don't do?
That's what y'all reminded me of. I need to go get some.
Seriously? Oh my goodness.
That was the color scheme.
But what we doing? I saw what she did. But what we doing here today, man? Before we get started, man, we working on this new Tune Trials.
Oh, don't tell him yet.
But Infinite, he's here. We got to
Don't
ask him
tell him
about
yet.
it.
You can't give that out to the world yet.
This probably be out.
Maybe. Go ahead. I guess. Go
So
ahead.
InfiniteLocke, man, you did the Tune Trials, man. How did you feel doing that? Were you worried when I sent you the thing telling you what it was about? I sent you the demo video.
Well, before that, let everybody know what the Tune Trials is, because not everybody may be familiar with the Tune Trials.
Yeah, so the Tune Trials is a variety of games that are pretty fun to do. I haven't necessarily had the pleasure of actually doing it because I'm normally making it, so it's kind of hard to participate in something that you actually listen to and put together. I know all the answers, right? However, it's fun to watch everybody else's reaction to it, and I got to see everybody's reaction and record everybody's reaction, and B-Lock was locked in.
Oh yeah, he was.
Basically based off his name, right? InfiniteLocke. He was infinitely locked in.
He was focused. He'll just be like, that was that. And I was like, okay, there you go. You know.
Was he? That's dope.
So how was it, man? Were you worried when you saw the video what you was probably gonna be doing? And
I'll say it was, well, first of all, it was super fun. I've played games like that before, but not like in relation to like K-pop and like K-music and stuff. But it was a vibe. At first I was like, I'm like, man, I might not get nothing. But then once I got the first couple, then I'm like, okay. Like I tend to listen. That's all I really listen to now, though. So like a lot of stuff was fresh in my head. Like as soon as I heard it, I was like, So yeah, it was real fun, and I think it wasn't easy, but like I just had to lock in a little bit for it.
yeah, I think people will be really impressed with how well you did because you was not playing. You killed it.
Yeah, man, Bang Bang has this thing. His philosophy is when you're locked into the lights, everything the lights are in front of you, and you lock into the moment, you tend to like just forget some things.
Go blank.
Your mind just goes blank. And plus, at these master mixes he be making,
Stop it.
how did you feel with these mixes? Because hey, I gotta shout them out because most of these mixes be sounding like it's the actual song.
1,000%.
You know what I'm saying? So hearing the mixes, what did you think of the mixes? Like, was it good enough to throw you off? Because I could tell.
Yeah. No, I definitely I had to like hear things like a bunch of times. Even a lot of the ones I got, like I had to hear them like 2-3 times to get it. Like it was tricky because it's hard to like, especially when it was like, multiple things, because it's like, how am I like, let me just lock in on 2-3 things and then I'll just listen for the rest next time. So it was very challenging for sure. It was definitely well done.
So going into you, man, what made you turn on the camera, hit record,
Man.
and say, I'm gonna check out some K-pop videos, man? What made the InfiniteLocke channel have its Big Bang moment and get birth? You know, the Big Bang, not
I
Big
feel,
Bang.
I feel,
moment.
yeah, I feel. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
good. That was good. That was good.
That's what.
So I was I used to be like working like overnight, and I was just like, I don't know, like I feel like because I'm into fashion, I'm a stylist.
Oh,
I've
dope.
done like celebrity work and work with models and stuff, fashion shows. But at that time I was just starting, and I was very like in a slump creatively. And I felt like I'm a big believer on like the music you listen to has like a profound effect on like your day to day. And I'm a big music fan. I'm listening to music every waking moment. So I saw a video at work, and it was saying like BTS is the greatest boy group ever. And I'm like a big like group fan because, you know, like the golden age of music, I call it like the like 90s, 2000s. We had so many groups. So I'm like, what? They better than NSYNC? They better than Boys to Men? Like,
Yeah.
what? So
Backstreet.
so I just got into the video, and then like it just made me feel like the older days of Western music when we had choreography and
Yeah.
you know, live vocals and this, that, and the other. So I just gave it a shot. And I remember I watched EXO Tempo and like styling the fashion and like like I said, the Boys to Men, like breakdown and Michael Jackson kind of tribute in there. It kind of just locked me all the way in. And then I just gave it a shot, and I never looked back since. And I was like, I'm watching it all the time. Let me just make a channel. I was already gonna make a channel, but then I decided on a topic right there. So
That's crazy, man. EXO Temple, that brings back so many memories to
Oh,
when we
yeah.
first heard that. And yeah, all what you said is true. It's facts. Like all them vibes that you get from that, just the
Yeah.
moment you hear it, and it's just like, man. What was the BTS video that you saw? Do you remember which one it was?
it was a fan made video that was like you know how like during like COVID and stuff, it was that because I worked in the I had an essential job. So I was still like going to work and everything like that. But you know, like during COVID, a lot of people got into like YouTubing because they
Yeah.
weren't working their jobs or whatever. So like YouTube pages blew up, and it was a fan made page of a channel that I follow. I forget the channel, but they made they tried to make a controversial video, like, oh, they're the greatest group ever, and they put like, you know, Jackson 5. They put all the big groups in
Oh,
there.
don't do that.
They was
Hold
trying
on,
to,
they was saying
I'm
it.
like,
Oh,
they
wow.
was trying to reach.
Wow,
They was trying
yeah.
to, oh,
they
okay.
was saying like, you know, like they were basically like it was effective. They was drawing the awareness to
Yeah.
you know what was going on in K-pop, and I was like, you see it quick. I was like, man, let me click on this.
So you got
So I
clickbaited.
I definitely, it was the best clickbait I ever got.
No.
Yeah, it was fire. It was fire though. But then I think in terms of BTS, like the video I watched before EXO Tempo was I think that might have been either Boy with Love era or I saw Airplane Part 2.
Okay.
Okay.
And that was like, I was like, so like, yeah,
Airplane Part 2
they're
was
fire.
hard.
Yeah. So aside from, you know, your introduction, obviously you've been putting in work. At this point, if you had to say your top 3 artists or groups, who are you running with as your top 3 overall?
Well, that's tough.
Top 3 in the K industry.
Yeah.
Is this soloist included or what?
Sure. You
Yeah,
can
sure.
do solo, group,
Whatever's your top 3. Yeah.
boy, girl, don't matter.
I'm gonna say.
I know I put you on the spot.
I know.
Yeah. I had 2 separate lists. I would say GOT7. I would say EXO.
Okay.
So just for reference, in my top 10, it's a whole bunch of girl groups. I stand way more girl groups than boy groups because I feel like the girl group side of things is just evolving better for me musically. But like a lot of my top of the top are boy groups, even though they're less. So I would say like my top 3 would probably be that GOT7, EXO, Wavy.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Wavy will probably be a surprise for a lot of people, but I've been a big fan since Bad Alive. That was my first video I saw of them.
Okay.
Dope.
Nice.
So what's your experience been, you know, with the fandoms, like you know, the army once with you know, any of the fandoms, man. Like, is it been a positive experience? Is it, you know, how's it been?
It's been pretty good. I've had like a couple like little dissatisfied fandoms, but it's been like stuff that like I guess I could have avoided, like stuff I didn't think was a big deal. Like, you know, like I won't call no fandoms out, but I've had like if I do multiple reactions to like multiple different artists in a video, which I kind of stopped doing because of that, it's almost like they feel like if I title it a certain way or if I like they kind of gauge like or measure how much love I'm giving to this artist as opposed to this artist. And like I think the craziest thing I've ever had though was I'm gonna be real. I've never had no like crazy things with the Blackpink fans, thank God. But I'm always like been like a OT4 Blackpink. Like it's very hard for me to have a bias in the group naturally. But I remember one video, people counted how many times I mentioned everybody's name.
Oh
And
man.
Does that not sound
somebody was
That
familiar?
sounds familiar. That
Somebody
sounds
was like,
familiar.
you only said Jenny's name 12 times and you said everyone else's 15. And I'm like, bro,
I mean,
even if that was true, like it'd be different if I never say her name at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I already told you I don't have a bias in the group. So it's like, but that's like the only thing. But you know, it really don't bother me because people, you know, they fans of what they fans of. It is what it is. It can get too much, but I'm just like, these people don't know me in real life. It is what it is.
Believe me, we understand. We got called out for how many times we said Lisa in one video. you
Yeah,
know?
we did a whole reaction where we intentionally didn't say anything about Lisa.
Yeah.
And I don't know if
Oh, y'all
anybody ever,
brave.
and I don't even think anybody pointed it out in the comments.
No.
Nah.
But but it was because of everybody kept saying, all y'all do is talk about Lisa. Y'all don't talk about nobody else.
Yeah,
So we was like, all right, we about to do this Blackpink reaction. Don't nobody say nothing about Lisa, and let's see if anybody says anything. And no, I don't even know if they noticed.
I don't think
Nah.
so. No. That's crazy, man. I want to ask how was the experience of like after your first maybe week or month of doing videos? What was that like seeing the responses to like, you know, just your reaction videos, getting to K-pop and everything like that? Were you like kind of gauging it like this is kind of like weird or like, oh, I'm liking the feedback that I'm getting? Like how was that first kind of run for you?
I think for me the growth was really because I was kind of outside of that COVID era of YouTube videos. So like I feel like in that era, that was the BTS and Blackpink like spike era. So like every video of them like 100,000 views. To like everyone, I watched a lot of people like kind of blow up on that. So like mine, I feel like was a little bit like more slower progressively. But it was, I feel like it enabled me to make like a really good, like positive fan, like I don't even like saying fandom, but like just a group, you know, like group of subs and everything. Like
community.
You know, yeah, basically like, you know, there's people that I remember from like day one of like being around like users. I just started seeing the same names over and over.
Yeah.
And then it got to the point where like, you know, the users are interacting with each other in the comments positively. Because like I said, I grew up in a space where like I was like athlete, jock in the city. I'm from Chicago. Like none of that, like rock music, stuff like that was not like the norm. So like I like being around people that like don't necessarily have like a comforting space to like what they like. So I feel like that grew like very organically. And I like the vibe. Like a lot of people feel like, oh, I'm not growing fast enough and stuff like that. But for me, it's just about as long as I'm still growing and like people are like positive and like I like being in a space where people I've had people tell me like I feel comfortable on your channel because I can express myself and accept like, you know, stuff like that. So as long as you're being positive and being a good person, like I like that vibe. So I really do like making a channel. You know what I'm saying? It's real gratifying.
Dope.
Do you have a question?
Excuse me, but I do have a question. And if you can't answer it, you know, it's fine. But did you have like that first song that kind of like you really gravitated towards? I know like when it comes to K-pop, there's a language barrier, right? So when you kind of first introduced to it, it's kind of foreign. But do you have like a song or like a project that you really gravitated towards that kind of really made that connection where you're like, oh yeah, this is serious?
I would say I have 3 for different reasons. I would say one is probably like Dreamcatcher. I forget
Ooh.
what the first Dreamcatcher song was, but in terms of like all of my subs, they probably were like the main fandom that like really grew my channel a lot early on.
Dope.
And they're one of my favorite groups. And I was a big fan of Linkin Park growing up.
Oh,
So I
wow.
made that connection of like the rap rock thing, and they were different from like what I was seeing in K-pop. And they like, I admire how they grew organically. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
grew and they
Yeah.
have really like I got into them when they were still like, you know, kind of weathering the storm, and then now they're like really,
Yeah,
really big,
outta here.
deservedly so, doing the tour. So like I would say my first Dreamcatcher reaction, I think it was Boca, maybe, or Scream. And then I
Oh,
would say
Scream.
probably Got 7, You Calling My Name.
Woo.
That's one of my favorite songs still to this day.
Yes.
JB is an ultimate for me. That's like probably my favorite like male idol in the game.
Oh,
So I think that was a big draw. Got 7 gave me like a different vibe from other groups. And they're all really good soloists, you know, in my opinion. So like that just goes to show you that talent. And I would say the third one is probably I would probably double it and say Blackpink, How You Like That, and BTS, Boy with Love, just because those are like the 2 groups that like I saw first, and they always gonna have that like special place of like kind of really
Facts.
like
Yeah.
pulling me in.
Facts.
You know, it is what it is. Like
Yep.
regardless of, you know, the fandoms or whatever I feel towards, like they might not be my favorite groups at the moment, but they're always gonna have that like special like
Ooh.
place for bringing me in the game. So I'm always gonna have that respect for them.
100%.
Respect, dope.
100%.
So I'm curious. So with you being a, stylist and everything, who do you think in K-pop, if you had to name the top 3
Oh, that's
fashion
tough.
savvy people that when you see, you be like, oh, they doing it.
They dripping.
Who are you looking at in the K-pop industry for being like very stylish with the way they
That's a good
dress and the way
question.
they carry
Whoa,
themselves?
who got the drip?
That's a good question.
I would say Shiny Key.
Woo.
I was thinking that. Shout out.
Shiny Key. One thing about Key that I like is like he's very push the envelope,
Them hats.
and like he's responsible for a lot of like his own styling choices and Shiny's a lot of times.
What?
So like I'll give him a lot of credit for that. So Key is definitely one.
That's great.
I would say top 3. I would say this is tough. I would say actually if I had to pick Key, and then I would say G-Dragon
Okay, I can see that.
for
Trendsetter.
sure.
Yeah.
I actually just got the Nike collab shoes, the Quando ones that he dropped. He's always a vibe. He's a vibe for sure. I think that he's iconic. Those 2, and then I would say probably let me throw a female in there. I would say probably like Red Velvet Joy. I
Okay.
like Joy's style a lot. She switches it up. I like her style. She's very chic, but she could switch it up. So yeah, I like Sugi. I'm sorry, you my ultimate, but
I was about to
Good,
say.
yeah, no, my subs know like Sugi is like the top of the top for me, but you know,
I've seen a
I,
few
I do
reactions
like
where you just be like, "Oh man."
yeah,
Big
you
fan.
know, I had to take a deep breath sometimes when she be on the screen, but you know.
Keeping on the same wavelength, how do you feel like we see multiple K-pop videos with different styles and fashion trends and everything like that. How do you feel like K-pop is like taking that? Do you think they're taking it into another level in terms of like fashion? Do you think they're just trying to do too much, or they're doing too little, or they're doing just right? How do you feel about the fashion style and K-pop as a whole from what you have seen so far?
Well, I think K-pop has always had like a push the envelope to, even if you go back to like um second gen and stuff like that, like even
Yeah.
like I said, I mentioned Key and G Dragon, like those are technically older generation idols, you know, and they've been pushing the envelope since, you know, with every trend change. I feel like K-pop has kind of been about like having certain looks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that the trends change just like anything else. Um, you know, I think that now I feel like they're starting to settle into like a lot of like the boy groups now. The fourth gen are like more like either the schoolboy looks or like, well, I feel like every boy group has like every group, boy and girl, has like that schoolgirl era, schoolboy era look or whatever. But then a lot of the boy groups are getting into like this grunge kind of street
Right.
look almost when you look at like AT, Stray Kids, The Boys, you know,
Mhm.
that type of thing. So I just feel like it's just important for groups to kind of have their own identity style wise. You know what I mean? Like that, I think that some groups do a good job of like marketing themselves a specific way
Mm,
based on the style, you
right,
know.
right.
So
So, be like, what we gonna do? We're gonna go ahead and jump into these topics.
Oh, topic time.
So, some of these are a little, spicy, as you like to say. Some of them are very, very safe. But this first topic, right? So basically, what happened in Korea passed an amendment uh, to Popular Culture and the Art Industry Development Act. It says the amendment will cut down on the hours minors can work annually, disclosing financial statements to artists, which was formerly only provided amongst requests, and it protects them from excessive scrutiny of their appearance and verbal abuse, amongst other things. What are you guys' thoughts in general on this amendment? I see a lot of people saying it's the end of kid idols being trained. That's not true. It said something along the lines of cutting the hours they can train down from like 45 to like 30. So I was just like, okay, it's still a thing. But what do you guys think? Do you think this is good thing, bad thing? I don't know who wants to go first.
I have a quick question.
Uh-huh.
Is that 45 to 30 what? Hours a week? Hours a day? What are we talking?
Hours a week.
Yeah, like part time.
I mean, because it's their job.
Yeah, but you got to remember, like, these are like 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on top
Training
of
for like
so on
40
top
plus
on
hours
top
a
of going
week
to school.
on top of going to school.
Oh, so this is not their job.
I mean, they ain't getting paid yet.
Yeah.
And then financial information was only disclosed amongst requests. So a lot of
Okay.
idols weren't even being given financial documents. So now it's required.
Okay.
I mean, listen, I feel like, if something has to be changed to where they are better, they have better management with their schedules. Because I don't know what the schedule is. Like I said, they're attending school at the same time on top of training and all this. So I'm not privy to all that information, but I think it's a safe change just to safeguard, that none of these kids are being overworked. We've started to see it in some of these shows how this is stressful
Oh, it's super stressful.
and emotional and everything like that. So I would hope that this is a move to safeguard, just the development of these trainees. Not, I don't think it's to hinder them, but just to we got to look out for these kids. We really do. So I think it's a good move.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Basically, obviously, I don't have the numbers in Korea, but I know in America, suicide is up amongst the youth.
Oh
Depression
yeah.
is up amongst the youth. I would assume that would be in a lot of other countries as well. And it probably has a lot to do with the way people are talked to, the way people are treated. And I could just imagine, having to train for that much time and then also having to go to school to learn a language because some of these people are coming from Japan, some of these people are coming
Oh, good point.
right. Like, yeah, some of these people are coming from different countries and they have to learn
Even
Korean.
their families.
They have to learn
Yeah.
Japanese for the Japanese coming back. They have to learn English
Yeah.
now. They're making a
Yeah.
lot of the younger idols learn English, and that's on top of the time they're doing training and all of that. So any break they can get, I'm pretty sure will be good.
Yeah.
Are they going to miss a couple hours there? Are they not going to be as sharp? Maybe, but they'll still get there over time. I heard a cool thing. It's called the Rule of 100. And it says basically if you spend 18 minutes a day doing something, that's 100 hours by the end of the year.
That's
and
cool.
It's actually more if you do the math on it. But about 300 days a year, if you do 18 minutes doing the same thing, it's about 100 hours dedicated to one thing, and you're going to be pretty sharp spending 100 hours on anything. So I'm pretty sure they cut some time out of what the idols have to do. That's good. Any information on how financial documents are being handled, that's good as well. I still think they'll probably fudge the numbers and lie a little bit. All companies do it.
Yeah, just a little
It
bit.
comes with the territory.
Yeah.
But anything that makes things more beneficial for the people that are being used, I think that's a good thing. So kids definitely need time to, and
Develop.
we don't need things like, I think back to the girl telling Gio that she was fat and, when she was like younger, when they were doing a 17 show.
Blasphemous.
Right.
Blasphemous.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Right. And this is the stuff where they end up just eating ice so they can lose weight. You
Yeah,
know what I
just to-
mean?
just to fit
Because
in.
of things being said to them like that. People saying stuff about Swan, people saying stuff about Jungyoung. Like there's a lot of idols where people are just making them feel like crap.
Yeah.
So just imagine when you put that on somebody that's that young, it's amplified, it's even worse. So protection for them is always good.
Yeah, man, protect the youth, man. Like we watch these shows where these kids are competing. Like that's pressure. Even as an adult, that's a lot. You know what I mean? So I'm glad they're passing laws to kind of protect these kids because, like you mentioned, some people are coming from different countries and they have to adapt and they have to compete. So just imagine that there could be potential bullying or just so many other factors that you can't even imagine. So we got the opportunity to kind of see it with some of these shows. So I'm glad they're kind of doing something to kind of at least help regulate the system just a little bit more.
What you think, Locke?
I agree with what all you said. I think that I've talked about it with myself before. Like my background is basketball. I played basketball through college,
Oh, shut
and
up.
being a college athlete, like our schedule was crazy. Like we had like 3-4 workouts a day. Then you got to go to class. You have to basically do everything like students do that's not playing a sport. You know what I'm saying? You go into class, you go and get study hall, you going to meet your counselor, stuff like that. But that's like we were like basically grown. We're still like kids technically, but like we're 18, 19, 20. But like, I just feel like it can get overwhelming. Sometimes when you have to kind of juggle all these things. And, I think that sometimes it's real easy for fans and stuff like that to kind of just look at like the idols as like appreciate their performance, but not necessarily appreciate their performance and their beauty and stuff like that, but not necessarily like appreciate how hard they work to
Yeah.
give you this performance. Like all of these, like every time we see a great performance, I always think in my head like, damn, that's a lot of hours in that training room. Like, or like,
Right.
you know what I'm
Lot of
saying?
work.
Or a lot of maybe like you're admiring this idol's body or whatever, but you don't know what type of diet they had to go
Right.
through or like whatever, what type of workout regimen. So I think that it is important because at the end of the day, like the people are paying money to come see the idols, and like you just had like you got they're going on tours, and you got idols like feeling weak or having a dropout and stuff like that. Sometimes it's not necessarily what's happened recently, but it's a buildup of the years and that like stress on the body and the mind over the years. So I think that it'll go a long way to like helping the idols better their future.
Good call.
Right. So, man, topic number 2, we got Queendom Puzzle coming soon, right? And they've been kind of dropping some names of people that are in the show. I'm gonna go ahead and throw some names off. I'm just wondering if there's anybody in particular you guys are looking to do well in the show. We got a couple members from Cherry Bullet. We got Bora from Cherry Bullet,
out.
Charon. We have Hayden from La Boom in there. We also got a couple members from AOA, High Key. I'm Do Hua. We got Huosio. Pardon me if I get any of these names incorrect. We have a couple members from Momoland, Lovelies, Joey, Kai. We got Cheyon from Is One, currently solo now. We have Rena from High Key. We have a couple members from Product 48, CLC, WJSN. We got a couple members from Weekly that's going to be in the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently they haven't announced them yet.
Wow.
Yuki from Purple Kiss. We got Urim from WJSN, Yun from CLC. We might not be familiar with all of these idols, but I was just curious if anything caught you guys' eye. Me personally, I'm going to be looking at Yuki from Purple Kiss. She's my bias in Purple Kiss from the jump. And I just have a good feeling that she's going to kill it. But I'm also looking for CLC members to do their thing too.
I was going to
because
mention that. Yeah.
I felt like their group was disbanded a bit premature, and the label kind of handled that incorrectly.
Yeah, I was gonna mention CLC. I think for me, that was the one that's like, dang, I kind of forgot about them, like low key, right? So just to see, I don't even think they really wanted to disband. I think they disband, right, officially. So I'm not sure really, like the details of that story, but I'm curious to see how hungry they come out. So I'm definitely paying attention to that.
Yeah, definitely. You're on CLC, Cheyon, and Yuki. I didn't even know Yuki was gonna be in there. That's fire. So I'm excited. I'm excited. So definitely those 3.
What you think, Locke?
I would say CLC for sure. I saw Soren say something the other day like CLC is still a thing.
Okay.
So maybe they didn't. Maybe they just left the company. I don't know.
Okay, dope.
But I think that they were definitely like, to me, like that premier like girl crush group. I think they could have held that banner if they were allowed some more time. So I think Yeon, she was like one of my double biases with Sungyeon, the leader. So she's fire. Yuki is my bias in Purple Kiss. I think she's like one of the most underrated rappers in the 4th gen.
And
She's
she
fire.
writes. And she writes.
And she,
Oh, really?
yeah, that's big for me.
Dope.
She writes, and she's not she's Japanese.
Yep.
I believe. So she's writing her stuff in different languages. So that's crazy. And then I like WJSN is one of my favorite girl groups.
Shout out.
I like Yoram. She's a very good dancer. I think she's not really able. I feel like she's more on the hip hop side, and they're more elegant for Cosmic Girls. So I feel like she'll be able to maybe show more in this. So I like those 3 a lot.
Okay. So, man, next topic. Red Velvet. They're currently on tour, or they announced their tour dates. And as the dates were announced and tickets were sold, SM announced that Joy was taking hiatus and that she wasn't going to be able to be part of the show. A lot of the sentiment online on Twitter, I should say the Twitterverse, was more along the lines of, SM, you need to push this concert back because we've waited forever to see Red Velvet. We want Joy to be part of this tour, but Joy is not well. So my question to you guys is, do you guys think labels should postpone concerts if idols can't make the show? Or do you think it's somewhat selfish of fans to want these idols that need a break to have to be part of something and everybody else have to suffer and wait?
I hate to say it, but we got to look at things from a business standpoint.
Yeah.
Some of these dates may have been locked in, prior to, and we got to understand that a lot of things can't just be pushed back.
Yep.
I mean, as much as we want to say that, that's not how it works every time. So in my mind, I would want to say, yeah, push it back because I want to see the group as 5, But when
Well,
you
I
look
mean, you already saw it.
well, but I'm just saying, if we got another chance to see them live,
Right.
I would want to see them all together. And but at the same time, we gotta be mindful of this stuff, man. There's a lot of things that go on the other side of the table that
Yeah.
we're not even privy to. If they push this back, they could probably lose money or lose a chance to go to the same venue again,
Or
or
lose somebody else.
So I mean,
Yeah.
it's tough. It's tough.
It's like athletes. Like, if you trying to go to a Lakers game, you can't get mad if your favorite player is injured. You're gonna have to show
Right.
up and just kind of deal with it and appreciate the fact that they're able to perform and just accept them as they are. So moving the whole date, now you shifting everybody's schedule, even the people who signed up, the venue that got booked, the rollout gets affected. So it's like, life happens. You just gotta just enjoy it, be in the moment, and you're still gonna vibe to the music. It ain't like the music gonna change. The memory's not there. Their lines just disappear. You know what I'm saying? So it's like just vibe out, have a good time. It's all about the experience anyway. So
What you think, Lot?
I think I agree with the business aspect. I just think that like fans need to realize like, I hope that Joy is okay, but like you have to understand it must be like she really cannot perform
Yeah.
if she's not out there because like one, these idols work super hard, and two, I think there's a misconception of like when the idols are performing, people like half the time they're hurt or injured or like really battling through stuff on stage. I mean, we hear about it all the time, but I feel like a lot of people kind of delude themselves into thinking every time you see these idols and they're putting on smiles for you that they're 100%.
yeah.
And it's just like, it depends. I feel like it just depends on the severity. If they know an idol can come back, I just think Red Velvet in particular has had bad luck, with Wendy getting hurt during one of their better eras in Psycho. And they had to keep going with that. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
just like one of those things where I think they just need to honestly, I have respect for the company for allowing her to not be a part of it because there's a lot of times where some of these idols are like battling bad conditions and they still have them out there. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like as a fan, that should hurt you even more. If you're really a fan and you really care about the well-being of the idols. So I think everyone should just be more concerned. It's disappointing, yes, but just be more concerned with her getting better. And hopefully this isn't the last time that Red Velvet tours.
And I'm just glad
It's
they're not
tough.
trying to force her to be a part of it.
Yeah,
It could be
Yeah.
that's
even
my
worse.
thing. Because it's like I feel like a lot of fans kind of like can inadvertently be selfish. Like, oh, I paid, I want to see Joy. And it's like, if Joy can't perform, like, why would you even want her out there, like, not being able to go 100%? That's not the experience you want anyway. I
Good
rather
point.
those, if you're really a Red Velvet fan, I'd rather those 4 members go hard as they can. And then, maybe I can catch them again with the full lineup or something like that, so.
And now
I'm
you
pretty
putting
sure they
pressure.
would rather die sometimes than not be able to go out there and perform.
Oh, 1,000%.
Like the amount of passion they have for this. They don't want to not be on stage. Like Taman was
Oh, yeah.
supposedly half dead.
Yeah.
And
He still gave us a performance. It's
Man.
crazy how he did that. Like, I still, like, you were sick?
Yeah.
Huh?
did a twist.
He did the jump and
Twist,
everything.
jump, backflip off stage.
Everything.
Yep.
And good gosh.
And I saw,
Yeah,
I
like I
saw
was-
Luna, and my bias Yojin wasn't there, and I was mad. But at the same time, it's just like, yo, if Yojin can't be here, she can't be here.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm a Luna fan still. I still like the other girls. So like, I think you should question your status as a fan. Like, bro, if we went to the we went to the Twice concert and they like, hey, Chae Young ain't coming out, I'd be like, oh. But I'm still gonna sit my ass right there in
And
that
support.
Yeah.
I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you said, Red Velvet's had some really bad luck. I'm pretty sure they was about to tour out of that Psycho role. And that rollout was so on point. They were fired. They were getting bigger than they had ever gotten.
Yeah.
And then the Wendy situation happens and everything stopped for them for like a year and a half. It felt like everything just stopped for them.
Mm.
So I think that they need to be able to be given the opportunity to go out there and get it.
Yep.
You know, they're a great group. They got so many hits.
Legends.
You know, and I'm pretty sure when Joy is feeling right, she'll be out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be hurting her more than anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Especially like for it to be making like the splashes that it's making and like people causing the unrest that they're causing, it's probably making her feel even worse. You know what I'm saying? Like for her to not be out there in entertainment business or athletes and stuff like that at this time, being on tour is like being in Game 7 of the playoffs.
That's it.
If they ain't playing,
It's a problem.
If LeBron ain't playing, he can't play.
can't
Like,
play.
there's no way for him to be able to play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She needs to probably rest. Like their schedules, people just don't understand. Like it be times BTS performing and they getting oxygen backstage. Like
Ooh.
that is crazy. Like that you know, you gotta have the well-being for the idols in your head at all times, regardless of like how disappointed you are, you know.
Think about
Yeah.
the Maid video when G-Dragon kept falling out
Yeah.
was
backstage.
That was tough to watch.
And then he would get enough just to go back out.
Yeah. Just imagine as a, you know, somebody stops the tours and push everything back. Now you got pressure to like get better quickly, right? And you could
Yeah.
potentially hurt yourself, put yourself in a compromising position just because you really want to be out there and everybody's just waiting because you got to get better. Like, oh, that's just too much, man.
Yeah.
And they already go through so much during those tours. So
Get better, Joy.
Yes,
Yeah, get
get
better.
better,
100%.
Yes.
So, you know, this one's touchy for some people. I don't know who wants to go first. But rank the Blackpink solo records. This is I mean, I have no problem with Heat. I'll go first then.
Idol tracks?
Yes, the singles.
Okay.
Not the B-sides, only the singles.
Okay.
So
Damn.
this is easy for me, like really easy. No hesitation. I got La Lisa's going first. I got
Yeah.
Jenny solo second.
Yeah.
I got Rose on the ground next, and then I got Jisoo Flower last.
I'll go next. I got Alisa, Jenny solo. Then I got Jisoo with Flower, and then Rose on the ground.
I got the same as Ace.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the same as Ace.
I got La Lisa. I got Solo.
Solo hard.
I got On the Ground. And I got Flower. Only because I feel like Flower, and correct me if I'm wrong, and Jisoo is like more times my slight bias in the group than not. I love her voice. I just feel like her voice is she has such a unique like tone to her voice that it could have been used a little bit more impactfully in the chorus, in my opinion.
I feel like I said that.
Yeah.
Because the verses were cool, the styling was great. I love like it made it elegant for her, but I still feel like they could have gave us like a siren song
Something
chorus
more.
or something like that, like
Yeah.
just something to really stick more. And it kind of like when the chorus dropped, I was doing a reaction like, why?
It's
did
like,
they-
dang. It
Like-
felt like she was being herself. Like I liked the whole vibe. I thought the song was good, but it was kind of missing. Like y'all could have went a little bit further, man.
And that had nothing to do with Jisoo at all.
No.
Like she was doing a great job. Even in the chorus, her voice sounds really good, but I just feel like the chorus just didn't fit the rest of the song. It kind of brought me down. And then I feel like Jenny's would have been the best, but at the end, when she started going crazy with the dances at the end, I feel like that should have been more the full song. Like it kind of I tend to like their B-sides a little bit more. Like Money, of course.
Yeah.
Like,
Money was hard.
Gone by Rose was
Mm.
tough. Like I like that more than On the Ground.
Me
You know what I
too.
mean?
Me
Like
too.
so I don't know.
I like the Rose song because it kind of had a different sound, something I wasn't really expecting. So I appreciate that vibe that it kind of gave off. But I don't know, that Lisa song was hitting hard, man. Especially when they were dropping them dollars, man. I thought like maybe it's more on the catchy side, it's more the Blackpink side, which I do like that sound. You know, I do appreciate that sound. I know some people do critique that sound being a little repetitive. But I'm a fan of that Blackpink sound. So like, yeah, when I hear that, I'm like, okay, I vibe to it because it feels familiar. The other two, when it kind of shift away as solo artists, I think they're going to be amazing if they get to that point. And I'll be curious to see how everybody looks, as solos as they kind of, if they go on that route.
I'll tell you one thing. After, I know y'all ain't seen the Coachella performances yet, but when I watched day one with Discord, I kept on saying Rose is showing out.
Really?
And for like her solos, it made me appreciate her solos even more because of her energy and how she was giving off. I don't know if that's just because she was at Coachella, but it was just something
Rose
about
underrated.
it was just something about her energy that just radiated so hard. And I was just like, man, I knew Rose had it like that, but I didn't know she had it like that.
Yeah,
I don't know if y'all ever saw like the dance, like their dance practices. I would assume y'all might.
I have,
saw them.
I've seen all
Like
of them.
I've said it like in my reactions. Every dance practice, Lisa is the best dancer in the group.
Yeah.
Every dance practice, not to take nothing away from her, Rose catches my attention every single time.
Yeah, Rose's
and-
she's improved a lot.
And I want to say
quickly.
like, yeah, certain reaction. Like I think like Lovesick Girls was like she dominated that era. Like it's certain eras where she really. Like, I think it's just because she has like this, I don't know, like the girl next door sweet vibe of the group. So it's just like she's kind of unassuming a little bit.
I like
but
that.
Rose,
I feel that,
like
Yeah.
Rose really has that like hidden like fire, like I would call it. Because in the dance practices, I was watching the dance practices, like I had to I'm like, is that Rose? I had to zoom in, like she's going hard. I just feel like she's kind of laid back a lot just by nature.
Yeah.
But like when she really wants to get in that bag, like she gets in that bag. She's got a nice fire to her for sure.
1000%.
1080p. Can you rank your Blackpink solos?
Oh, I didn't know I was supposed to be answering stuff.
I mean, you can chime in. You got a mic. You can talk.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'd probably have to go with you and Locks,
Okay.
the same order. Yeah,
Okay. Lisa, Jenny, Rose, Jisoo.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cause yeah. Mhm. Correct.
Okay, man. Next topic. Maybe Ace could explain this a little bit better than me. He made a short about it.
Oh, he did make it short.
Basically, everybody doing what he just did.
I did make a short about it, man. You kind of caught me off guard. Oh man, I gotta make sure
You got to go
back.
find a short.
No, I gotta make sure I get the tweet up so I can relay the the tweet.
Are you putting a person on blast?
No, I'm not gonna say the
okay, we
names.
won't.
I'm not gonna say no names.
I was to say, like, that person got their ass stomped into the ground online.
The tweet
Yeah.
has already been deleted. So,
okay.
I mean,
Okay.
it's not there anymore.
Control Alt Delete.
They needed to delete that.
They probably threw their whole computer out of the window after they posted that.
Oh yeah, they needed to get rid of that. Give me a moment. I got so much stuff in here.
Like on the edge of his seat. He like, what do you say?
All
I'm
right.
so invested right now.
Oh man, give me a moment, cause I lost the tweet. I know I favorited it because I was just like, yo, I gotta come back to
You
this.
want to come back to it and we go to the next topic?
Yeah, go to the next topic. I want to
Okay.
make sure I get this right so I don't mess up nothing.
All right, the next topic. I don't know if Bang Bang saw this.
No.
So we have a video from a
Oh, they got a video?
yeah. There was a moment at the NMIXX concert
NMIXX?
Where a
man,
lady-
I saw that.
a lady
That's
threw
crazy.
her baby.
She ain't throw a baby.
No, okay, my bad. She didn't throw.
I hope she ain't throw no baby.
She put her baby on the stage at
And
the
Kyujin got him or something.
yeah, and Hyunjin ran over and basically handed the lady the baby, but the lady was super excited, like a little bit.
She was geeked.
She was
Yeah, she
geeked.
was geeked.
That's my baby.
Yeah, like, oh my god, my baby was.
I thought I sent it to you, but I guess I didn't. But yeah,
But yeah, basically, see, hold on, let me try to. I think I found it. Yeah.
and I'll put it up on.
Bro,
video
that's a
too.
real baby, man.
So a lady put her baby on the stage, and from another angle, she looked like she was actually really happy at the fact that Hyunjin handed her back her baby. Obviously, we have a lot of issues here.
Well, let me just go first by saying, listen, and this happened in Seattle, the Seattle stop, and it's not good to throw one. You brought your child, your toddler, to
That
a
was
concert.
not a toddler. That was a baby.
Okay, a baby to a concert. From what I saw, that baby had no hearing protection.
Yeah.
And that was right in front, where the speakers are usually to the left or the right.
Yep.
And they look like they were on more of the right side. No, just no. If you can't find a babysitter, you ain't going to the concert. I'm sorry. I don't care if you paid money. All right, that's irresponsible. I'm not saying you can't have kids at a concert because I've known people bring their kids to the concert. But which one you showing them now?
The one from the side where you can see the lady.
Oh yeah, she kind of like smiles like, "Oh, thank you for giving my child back."
And she's holding a phone. It looks like, I don't know, maybe I don't know.
But
like, what did she think? She thought she was gonna keep singing with the baby on it, like
And then run around with the baby. Like,
we've been to a lot of concerts and we've seen gifts be thrown on the stage. A baby is not a gift.
yeah, you don't throw a baby on the stage, man.
I don't know how the baby got up on the stage. I'm pretty sure she didn't throw the baby.
No, then though,
But-
placed.
Yeah.
She
handed.
basically did one of
Yeah.
these numbers, but that's not cute. One, this is the NMIXX first time to the States, right?
Right.
I'm assuming.
Oh, they caught a baby?
This is not a good memory to have.
Dang.
Like, remember that one time we was in Seattle? Oh yeah, the baby on stage. Oh yeah.
I don't want to go back to Seattle.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. We gotta leave.
oh, that was here.
Yes.
In
Yeah.
the States.
Oh, I thought that was. I didn't know that was in the States.
Oh yes, that was in Seattle. That was at they had a tweet on it. It was tagged Seattle show or something like that.
But people making the rest of us look bad.
That looks
And
bad,
that's my
bro.
point right there. We have to leave a good impression. And now there's probably gonna be a thing on the manifest for the security. Watch out for babies.
Well, for one,
Down to babies.
why is there why is there no restrictions on babies coming into concerts like this?
Well, that's another thing. On that video, I usually when you see a stage, I mean, I've worked a concert.
Shout out.
Security is right there.
Yeah.
We're right there in
Not
front of the
some
bar.
of the smaller venues, they're not.
Well,
Like
that's the
when we
problem.
saw Card, I ain't see no security in the front. Like when we saw
They're on the
Blitzers, there were.
sides. They're on the side.
Bro, they ain't stopping nothing.
No,
But
they're not
still,
stopping no baby.
but that was a
Yeah,
stage
no.
though.
When I saw Card, our security was. You could have damn near got on stage.
Yeah.
Security
Start doing the
would've-
choreography.
For the most part.
security would have got over there.
But for the most part, they're
BM
there.
hand.
They,
Yeah,
they need to be on there. We got to change that because one, for the safety of the artist, and two, her face when she picked up the child was just like, no,
Yeah, that was like, whoa.
Don't do that.
don't do that. And like, I don't know the interaction back and forth, but I think she was like, stop, don't do that again.
Yeah.
And the person was like, oh, you like my baby? Like, no. So yeah, that's bad, man.
Look, what I got to say about this, like I see a lot of people online like take her baby from her and stuff. I'm like, look, let's just have a serious discussion. Ain't nothing that important.
No.
Like for you to be putting your baby on stage. Look, I enjoy K-pop. I enjoy Marvel movies. I'm not putting my daughter on stage because Robbie Downey Jr. is there. I don't care that much.
No.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. These are regular ass people
Yes.
Yeah.
that are performers. They don't want your baby.
No.
This is not that important of a moment for you to be thinking like, oh my God, Hyunjin handed me my baby back just to get her attention, because it feels like that's what it was about. They're regular people. They eat ice cream.
Yeah.
They use the toilet.
Yeah.
They like Charmin
On
because it's
themselves.
softer. Some of them use deodorant. Some of them don't. They're regular
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Can we stop treating them like they're superhuman? Like there's no reason for her to be that excited about Hyunjin handing her baby back. And like, I just don't want the idols to be like, yo, that's an insurance issue.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure her label was probably like, don't touch the baby.
Don't
Yeah.
touch that baby.
Like,
And
they're-
I applaud
they're in
her
the
for
back
how
of the
she handled
stage.
it, though.
She handled it, yeah, she
she
handled it
handled
nice.
it very,
But they're
very well.
backstage thinking like, if she drops this baby, that's a
And that's
lawsuit.
the other problem.
And then Hyunjin and JYP is probably like, Yeah, no more concerts unless they're at least fans are 10 feet away from the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There needs to be a barricade in front of a barricade in front of a barricade. So to the lady that put her kid on stage, bad woman. Don't do that. Bad
do that.
person. That's a bad move. They're regular people. There's other ways to get them to wave at you. You don't got to put your baby on stage to
Do
do
what
that.
my man did at the Dream concert. Throw a Steph Curry jersey on there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You
That'll
know,
work.
that was better.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Come on, that's showing love because he can't.
Make a sign.
Yeah, make a sign.
Damn.
They see the sign.
Not make a
I'm,
baby.
I'm
Yeah,
here
don't make
with
a baby.
I'm here with my baby. Say hi. There you go.
And if you're taking your
Or
baby
like-
to a concert like that, put ear things on because them things are the K-pop concerts are loud.
Yes, they're super loud. I got baby ears, so I know exactly what that sounds like.
Yeah, Bang Bang keeps his AirPods in the whole concert.
That's
That
a
is
fact.
correct.
That's it.
That
in
is a fact.
transparency mode, so he can still hear the concert, but it muffles out all the screaming.
I'm protected. Yes. But kudos to these K-pop concerts where people feel comfortable, putting their babies on stage. When I was a baby, my brothers and sisters listened to NWA. You couldn't put me on stage. Couldn't put me on stage at those concerts.
Hey, man.
So
Hey,
hey,
man.
the fact that they're protected and that baby was able to be a baby,
That baby was able to be a
man,
baby.
hey, I'm not that mad, but that's still irresponsible. Leave that baby at home. Let that baby do baby things. That baby didn't know where that baby was at.
Yeah, he like, I don't even know Kyunja. Who's this?
Oh my god.
Are you my mommy?
Yeah, right. Oh yeah.
All right. So I got the tweet up.
Mm.
All right. So
We gonna let B-Lie touch this one first.
all right. So there was a tweet that was made. This was on April 17th. And first of all, I caught the wind of the tweet because Janet Jackson was trending.
Shout out Janet.
And I thought it was because she's on tour and everything
Yeah.
like that. So I was cool.
Infinite like, hold on,
And-
what? Where this going?
All right, how do we get to Janet? Legend, by the way. She's a legend.
And then I see
Super legend.
Tasha, shout out to Tasha. She had tweeted like,
Shout out.
"Don't you ever come for the queen." Da 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 da. And I see what she subtweeted. The tweet says, "Getting into K-pop really made me realize most of Western artists just can't put on a performance. Cause tell me why even the biggest names waddle on the stage and will get outdanced by a tier 5 new girl group
Tier 5.
from a company with 3 employees." And then she makes another tweet under that, and she's referencing the choreo to Triple S Rising. And she says, "Janet Jackson would have gotten straight into cardiac arrest if she attempted this choreo, by the way." Now, I made a video of just, a whole bunch of people
No.
laughing because
No.
all I could do after this was laugh.
Yeah.
I literally was just cracking up. So I'm gonna send it to you later, Locke, if you ain't seen it. But it was just a short I made. It had Raven laughing, it had Michael Jordan laughing, and a couple other people. And he had to take off the
take the
glasses for
glasses
this.
Take it off.
So yeah, I mean that's all I could do after I read that tweet is laugh. But how do you feel about that tweet, man?
You see the glasses had to come off. No. Okay. I think people don't understand, like, let me choose my words.
Take your time.
Take your time. Take your time.
I don't understand, like, I guess the best way I could say it is ask 90% of idols who their inspirations were growing up or who their
Oh, yeah.
inspiration was growing up, and they will be probably a Western 90s, 2000 artist.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's going to be a Chris Brown, a Usher, a Neo, a Janet, a Justin Timberlake, a NSYNC,
A Michael.
Like, I think of every group, it's like a requirement when you debut. There has to be a Michael Jackson tribute. Every group has a Michael Jackson. Am I wrong, though?
No.
No, you are absolutely
group-
right.
Hey, JYP has a
every
Michael
group-
Jackson studio.
Or a Bobby Brown
Bobby
studio,
Brown room.
Yep.
a Whitney. I think a Whitney, I want to
Yeah.
say. Like,
Yep.
I just think, like, people, K-pop, the one thing I will say about K-pop fans is they take things too far sometimes. And it's like it's no problem to be like a fan of your favorite artist, but like I'm big on and like a lot of artists that I named weren't even really my time. But I was raised to like you have to know who came before you and who set the standard.
Right.
Absolutely.
And it's just like you don't have to LeBron is my GOAT. But I would never sit here and disrespect what Mike and everybody else, Dr. J and all them did
Wilt
for
Chamberlain.
the game. And I just feel like you can say that you feel like they're the top or whatever, if that's your opinion. But like to sit here and say Janet Jackson, artists like of that caliber who were literally selling out arenas by themselves.
Yeah.
And like is the reason probably why your favorite artist even picked up a microphone in the first place. I mean, what's the name? Girls' Generation is one of the most is probably the damn near the most iconic girl group in K-pop history. And I think Hyoyeon used to dance backup for Janet Jackson. If my information is correct, I'm pretty sure she danced backup. I think members of Super Junior danced backup for Mike before. Like
What?
Like this is deep. No, for real. Anya, I forget. Anya, one of the members of Super Junior and one of the members of Girls' Generation. I promise you. Look,
Somebody
it
will
up.
put in a
I'm pretty
comment.
sure-
Okay.
That's dope.
I'm pretty sure I've seen somewhere that Hyoyeon from Girls' Generation used to dance backup for Janet on a tour or got invited to dance backup
That's
for her
dope.
somewhere.
That's amazing.
And it's just like you can compare, but like do it respectfully. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone has their goats and that stuff, but you have to respect who came before you. That's like saying like a fourth gen group. It's no different than saying a fourth gen group is this, and this, and then saying, you know, not giving credit to what Big Bang did or
Yeah.
you know, all these other groups. Like it's the same thing. It's not just a Western artist to K-pop artists. It's just about having respect for the people that came first. But that was crazy. I hope they took her account. Whoever made that tweet, I hope they took.
Let me tell you,
Yeah.
the responses to the tweet were not nice. People were
Okay.
like, you know, delete this.
Immediately.
Tweets like, there's still time to delete this. Tweets like, you better get your facts right. Don't come for the queen. Even reach some other people who are, I wouldn't think are necessarily into the K-pop mold.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why Janet Jackson was trending and everything. And I'm just like, oh. And when I sent it to Dame, the tweet was still up for like another 24 hours, but then they actually took it down after that. So, yeah, I don't know what they're doing now, but I'm pretty sure they're looking back on that like, yeah, that wasn't a good move.
Michael Jordan crying face emoji.
And a lot of people were just like, how can you say this when just recently, I think it was in 2017 or 2018, Janet Jackson got an appreciation award at the Mama Awards. Or at one of the awards, she
Love
got
right
like
there.
the Lifetime Legendary something type of award.
As she should.
And it's just like, and you made that tweet?
They don't know about it.
Nah. Come on.
Yeah, me and 1080p were in Jamaica when you sent that. We had a good laugh across the world. Laughing
A
at
comfortable laugh right there.
Oh yeah,
Sure
we
did.
was on a beach like, what kind of bull is this? Sitting on a beach chair. But aside from that, look, I mean, I'm not gonna just invoke Janet Jackson, but just for play, right? Janet Jackson's birthday is May 17th, so that's in a couple days. She'll be
nice.
57 years old.
Ooh, beautiful.
Late last year, me and 1080p saw Janet Jackson perform at Essence Festival. 56 years old.
Yeah.
Did all live vocals, did all her choreography, didn't take a break, hour and 30-minute set.
Ooh.
Didn't even stop for water. Straight through. Didn't come off stage to change outfits. And like I said, and she's on tour right now. She just did Atlanta's show. Dara went.
Yeah.
Janet ain't no joke.
No.
Beyonce, have you not seen Homecoming
Oh,
on
that was
Netflix?
Beautiful. Beautiful performance.
She had just came off a pregnancy, right?
No.
It wasn't even,
Yeah.
the baby wasn't even a year old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She lost weight, got on stage. Beyonce is one of the most prolific performances. Even if we ain't talking about Beyonce, like Bruno Mars, he may not get down with the choreography, but that's not his thing. Have you not seen his performance?
Yeah.
His performance is incredible. Like this dude, I would actually pay lots of money to see Bruno Mars perform because his show is about fun
Yep.
and having a good time.
Yeah.
And his choreography is more old school. Me and my group, we about to get down and do a jammy jam type vibe.
The jammy.
Like even on the hip hop scene, right? Have you guys not been to a DMX concert? Like he ain't doing no choreography.
Nope.
But my man is sweating bullets.
Yeah.
He got everybody.
Amp.
Look at what Jay-Z said. I used to be terrified going on stage after DMX. He's like, he got everybody mad and ready to fight. And then he turned around and got everybody crying. And you want me to follow that?
Oh man.
Like the range of emotion you go through at some of these shows. And it's different from a K-pop concert. So I just think what people should do is let's not compare.
Yeah.
They're just different. You know what I mean? And like you said, everybody's inspired by somebody else. We always got to keep that in mind. Let's have respect for the people that came before.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're not going to sit here and just try to crap on K-pop for the sake of proving our point. But it's just the fact that just know that there are other people in other genres that do things just as good. I'm not the biggest fan of Sierra vocally, but can't nobody outperform her
No.
like that.
Iconic dance.
Well, let me take
Sierra.
that back. I can't say can't nobody. Tiana Taylor will outdo Sierra. Whole different
Same
topic.
tier.
Most
Yeah.
people probably don't even
It's
know who I'm
debatable.
talking about.
Yeah,
Nah,
same
it's
tier.
not debatable.
Same
Debatable.
tier.
Tiara Thomas?
It's debatable.
Do you mean Tiana
And
Taylor?
I
Tiana
just-
Taylor.
and I just
Tiana Taylor. Who
Oh,
And
I
I
knew who you were
just
talking
what
about.
did I say?
Tiara Thomas.
Tiara Thomas. Oh, my bad. I don't know who the hell that is.
What you say, Locke?
No, I was saying I just fact checked. Michael Jackson scouted Unyuk of Super Junior to be his backup dancer during his latter years as a trainee, but
That's
Unyuk had
love.
scheduling conflicts and thus was unable to accept the offer. His biggest influence is Michael Jackson, and then Hyoyeon worked with Janet's old choreographer. But then there's also stuff that pops up saying that she got offered to be a backup dancer, or actually was for a short amount of time for Janet Jackson
Wow.
back in the day. So,
Nice.
And just
You
just
got-
for
Good
like
stuff.
the sake of like people saying like this group will outperform this group, let's just keep it in K-pop. How many of you guys' favorite idols is outperforming Hyoyeon? I keep bringing it back to this just because I want to make a point
Damn.
with like, can any other female idols outperform Hyoyeon like
That's
what she
just-
did on Queendom stages?
Y'all ever see our reactions to Queendom? I was just flabbergasted.
She's doing like stuff that you would see Pink do.
Yeah.
She's doing
Yeah.
like
Oh,
Hyoyeon.
Pink, shout out.
Yo, she was singing upside down, spinning around like
Oh, like 50 Cent. Shout out.
not 50.
Nah, 50, hey,
You
shout out
said
56
like
going on
50?
tour too.
Yeah. But yeah, man, crazy.
1080p, man. You got some questions for us?
Oh, that's my cue.
Yeah, that's your cue.
Dad. All right, so we have some questions. This is from Patreon, Discord, Patreon. Where is this from? I
This
can't
is
remember.
from most of them
Everywhere.
are from Patreon, but some of them are from YouTube as well.
Okay.
Oh, the tube.
So from the fans. So from CL, they want to know what band do you own the most goodies or albums as of today?
I mean, I think we kind of already know the answer to that for me.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's Twice.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Shout out to CL. She's the one that requested this the JYJ
Yeah.
Backseat.
Shout out.
Bang Bang's favorite song. Yo,
That song
yo,
hard.
yo, Locke, if you have not checked out JYJ
Yeah, you gotta react to
Backseat,
it. You gotta react.
you got to react to it and then
You got-
send me a message after you do it because
You
I got to
gotta-
see your face.
You got to do it.
JYJ Backseat.
Yes.
Yeah.
JYJ backseat. Okay.
The mood is right.
But yeah, for me, obviously the most goodies I own on the guy side, I would say easily is Twice. On the girl side is Twice. On the guy side, I would say it's either ATs or Stray Kids. I'm not 100% sure, but I'd assume it was Stray Kids. But it's close. ATs and Stray Kids are right there.
Yeah, I would say Dame has me beat. I would say the most I have is Shiny, but I don't even got all I should have of Shiny.
Yeah.
That I should, because I haven't been really buying albums like that lately. And more merch and nothing like that. But I would say most definitely Shiny is the most that I have. Come on.
My pockets. We were tight. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Shout out. Yeah.
Shout out to Tight Pockets.
I want to say for me, I don't know if it's like for Bang Bang, but it's just like I've never really been a collector of albums.
Never been.
Anyway, so it really kind of started with K-pop. I actually like wanted to go get some stuff. So it's kind of for me, it's getting myself in the habit of wanting to go buy stuff. But K-pop made it easier because it's what you get with the albums. You get so much.
So dope.
So yeah. I could say like I was never really even like, but any other type of music. It was either like I bought a CD and that was it, or I bought it digitally.
Yeah.
And that was it. I really wasn't never like an album collector. That was more so like a lot of my cousins and stuff like that, buying stuff on vinyl and everything. And I would go look at their collections and everything like that. But that was never really me.
I blame LimeWire. Okay? I brought one album, 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying. And that was the last album I ever brought in life. That is a fact. So, but still a fan though. You know, shout out.
I was a collector. Before we moved here, 1080p could attest, I had to get rid of over 400 albums. It hurt my heart.
I think I remember you telling me that story.
And a lot of those were me buying them multiple times because I couldn't tell you how many times I bought East 1999. I couldn't tell you how many times I had to buy Get Rich or Die Trying. I couldn't tell you how many times I had to buy Doggy Style. Like some things just always kept getting stolen from my house randomly. And I would know it was stolen as soon as I looked in the closet, completely unorganized, and I can look and say, yo, so-and-so's missing. What the hell you do with it? But yeah, I was a huge collector. We had like over 200 movies. We had to sell those because we ain't had no room in the truck. So we had to sell them when we moved here.
Damn.
Yep. Super facts.
How about you, Locke?
I would say shout out to my subs, first of all. I'm not a big collector of like any. I'm like a big fan of like what I'm a fan of, but like I've never been like a collector.
Shout out.
My dad and like he's always been like action figure. He's always been like a big collector of stuff, albums. He got a lot of Jordan stuff like that. But it kind of started with K-pop. I was gifted a lot of the stuff I have now.
Nice.
So I have multiple. The first one I ever got was Dreamcatcher.
Dope.
I have multiple Dreamcatcher albums. And then like, the stuff that comes with it, like the photo cards and like the picture books and everything. Insane quality. Like K-pop groups have like insane like merch for fans. Like insane. Like I would say that I have Twice stuff, mostly like photo cards and like stuff like that. They know my biases and stuff, so they'll send me like I have a bunch of Geo stuff.
Dope.
And then like Sulgi, like a bunch of Red Velvet stuff. So I have like Sulgi and Geo stuff because they know those are like two of my alts, and then like Dreamcatcher is one of my favorite groups. So I would say those three groups is like are the groups that I have most stuff in. Yeah.
Well, all right. All right, so we have another question from Arnetra. What are some groups that you guys genuinely cannot get into?
I'll go first.
Oh, you got one.
Yeah, I'll go first. So far, only one of. I've struggled to get into only one of. Yeah.
Huh.
And on another tip, we've kind of mentioned it, Queendom. I like their songs, but for some reason, once we're done reacting, I always forget to come back. It's just I don't know what it is. It's not like I don't like it. I just never come back to it. But yeah, only one of us like I don't know. Maybe I just don't get it. I mean, obviously every genre, every artist ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, those are my two. Only one of and Queendom. I need to devote myself to a day where I just listen to some Queendom, but it just hasn't come yet because I'm too much on New Jeans and XG and NMIXX and Twice. I'm too much on their jock to check anything else out these days. Sorry.
You want to go next?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
It hurts his feelings to talk about this.
I don't like hurting feelings. So I'm not a big people hurter of feelings. But there was a group. What is it called? Is it Mave? That AI group.
Yeah.
I'm struggling with that. I'm just struggling with that only
What
because.
a cheap move. We only checked out one song. What a cheap move, bro.
Hey, I love everybody. I love everybody. You know, I was gonna mention like only one of that's. It's gonna take me some time to get used to them. Queendom is another good one, but I'm a fan of them. I just really wish they got a bigger push. So I am a fan, but I'm a little worried about the whole AI thing. Maybe that's just me. I just like I like my artists to be like people. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I look at like sport. I'm a sports watcher, so like I would hate to see like
AI
athletics.
LeBron.
Yeah, I don't want to see no AI LeBron. You know, like I don't want to see like I don't want to see a digital version of like I can't connect with that. I take music. It's really personal to me. So to have an AI do it, I feel like it's gonna kill a lot of jobs, a lot of rhythm, feelings, whatever you want to call it, soul.
Nah, man, it's not that big of a deal.
I'm
Say it
scared.
to our comments. Y'all thinking too much. Y'all reading into it too much,
All
man.
right. Then y'all start complaining when everybody starts sounding the same, and you start getting these ridiculous collaborations. Oh, I just did a collaboration with Michael Jackson. Like, how'd you do that? How'd you do that? So
Y'all saw that what Timbaland said the other
I
day? Yeah. I was just like, bro, no, that ain't it, bro. That ain't it.
But yeah, that's just me, man. That's something I'm gonna have a hard time getting with.
I'll piggyback off of Dame. I would say only one of was a good example.
I keep giving him a try though.
Yeah, same.
Someone I haven't been able to do, but I have an even better example, but it doesn't pertain to the question, but because now I'm into the group, Espa.
Me too.
It was hard for me to get into them, and people know on our channel that I was very vocal about it. I wasn't shying away, but as time has
According to the comments, you were an Aespa hater.
Oh yeah, I was
time.
Locke, I was a hater
Big H.
apparently.
Oh.
I was an Aespa hater, man. But it took a lot for it to click, and it's still like a song or two that I'm not too much of a fan of. But as far as the group, I've actually enjoyed them more recently.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's due to us getting more into their universe that they're building,
Which is
especially with the show that we've been checking out. And even after the concert that we watched, I'm just like, okay, I'm feeling them a lot more. And just for me, it just took some time for me to latch on to them like that. And that's just me. But yeah, that's an example for me. But now I'm more, I don't even know the word I'm looking for, but I'm just enjoying them a lot more now.
Yeah.
What you got, Locke? Who you struggling with?
So I feel like some of the ones y'all mentioned I haven't seen yet. I haven't seen only one of. I haven't seen who's the other one y'all said?
Maeve.
No.
Yeah, I haven't seen them yet.
Okay.
But I could see like why. I've kind of seen little snippets of their stuff, so I could see why that would be like that. I agree with the Espa thing. Sometimes I get frustrated with not the girls, but what they're doing with them, because I feel like talent wise, they have a lot more like soul and like sauce than we get to really see. I always used to say at first, like Illusion, Dreams Come True, like that type of stuff. I feel like they could, and then like some R&B B-sides, like I feel like we could get that on a consistent platter from them and it would be a hit every time. I feel like the experimental stuff is not really them. Like if you hear Ning Ning talk, she's a huge, like you could tell she's big into Western artists and like that R&B vibe. Like I feel like that just don't fit them. But they're spectacular performers. I just feel like sound wise they could switch them up some. So, but I don't know. I'm not really. I would say probably because I stand so many like. Well, I say one group that I was struggling with that I think I'm in more with, kind of like Ace, what you said about Espa, is The Boys.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Early on, I don't know if it was just my order of songs, but early on I was kind of like, I think it's because a lot of the 4th gen boys, and I've said this before, I feel like the girl groups are dominating the game right now in 4th gen.
Yes.
there's so many super talented girl groups that won't even see the light of day just because fourth gen is just insanely talented across the board in girl groups, and it's such a different vibe. I feel like a lot of the boy groups are kind of stagnant and similar.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's only a couple that are really separating itself from the pack. And when I was watching the boys, I kind of got like a familiar vibe that they were reminding me of other groups. But when they dropped, I think it was She's the Boss. That was like one of the best songs that I heard. Like bridges, chorus, like singing, like vocals from a boy group in that gen. And that and like their recent comeback, I was like, okay, no, I like them. And I saw one of the members like Artist of the Month, Julian, I think, and he killed. That was probably my favorite
Studio
artist of the
Killing,
month.
Yeah.
He can dance his butt off, but they have a nice vibe. So I definitely would say like I don't really have groups that I just can't get into, but that was a group that I have gotten into, or like I appreciate more that I didn't when I first got into them. So shout out to the boys for sure.
Love how y'all flipped the bait on that one. That was dope.
Yeah,
It's like I'm trying to think of groups that like I can't really think of a group that I'm just like, nah.
I would
that
say
ain't
just
it.
I would say just like maybe like just some girl groups that like I think because it is so loaded in girl groups, it's hard for me to find a place for like more girl groups. I don't want to say names because it's not necessarily them.
Right,
Yeah,
But
right,
it's
early.
just,
right.
there's so many. Like for
Yeah,
example, like y'all was talking about Cherry Bullet earlier. I have not seen Cherry Bullet,
Okay.
and
Wow.
I haven't
Hands up.
seen Cherry Bullet just because there's just so much Cherry Bullet. Like there's some groups that I've seen a couple times, maybe once, but it's just so overwhelming because the talent level is, and I know I'm missing out something with them because I've seen the members in different relay dances and collab stuff, and they kill it. But it's just so stacked in fourth gen girls. So I just think that like it's not a matter of me vibing with them. It's just a matter of me trying to make time to really, because I want to analyze. I just don't want to hear it and whatever. I want to really get into a group if I'm gonna listen to them. So I'm trying to find more time to get into more of the fourth gen. Cause like, you know, XG, now you got Baby Monster coming, now you got, so it's just like every time I'm about to get into a group, there's 4 more that come out the woodwork.
You ain't lying.
Literally.
You ain't lying.
XG threw a wrench in a lot of me getting into other groups. XG and New Jeans.
Oh yeah, New Jeans.
And Triple S, because it's just like they're coming with that new school, and I'm like, how do I make room for anybody right now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
It's that new old school.
Yeah,
new
right.
old
The
school.
new old school.
Is there anybody you can't get
Yeah.
into 1080p?
Not anymore. I feel like Ace and Lock.
I mean, yeah,
Because,
that's
like,
what it is.
When it was first pressured for me to get into K-pop, I didn't like Twice.
No, that hurts.
Yeah,
I
a
mean,
while.
it took me a
Dang.
while.
It took
I was
her a
like, no,
while.
I like ITZY. That was more in my jam. I was like, because Twice was just too cute.
It's only 2.
And look at her now.
It's too cute.
Yeah.
I just it's too cute. I didn't connect. But then as I went back, and I'm just like, oh, now I understand.
Yeah, Dragon Slayers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here we are now. So
And I hope people pay attention to that. Like that's part of the journey.
yeah.
You gotta
You know, you're not
No, you have to like it right now.
No,
You know.
it's a journey, man. I feel
okay.
like this whole K-pop thing is a journey. Even if you don't like it at first, you might like it later for some reason. It might just click, you know? So I hope y'all understand that, you know.
now there are some groups that I've fallen off of a little bit, but like I'm still a fan of the members, but their sound and what they're doing
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
real.
yeah.
doesn't match up with how they came out the gate. I feel like if it ain't
Don't-
broke,
don't
don't
do it.
fix
Don't
it.
say
And
it.
sometimes these
Say it.
sometimes
Don't say
these companies try to get too creative and trick themselves. Like I ain't gonna say no groups, even though I got like a couple in my head, but
Spit it
it's
out.
just
Cool.
Don't do
What
it.
you
it's a couple. It's just a couple that I have their
Uh-huh.
early stuff on repeat, and then
Right.
like at a certain point, it's just like what happened,
No, that's real.
Yeah.
That's real. That's real.
So, you know.
Industry.
What's next 1080p?
Well, speaking on boy groups and girl groups, this is from Christ Houston. They want to know your top 5 girl groups and boy groups.
I didn't write anything down, so if I'm going off the top of the head and I'm gonna go right
Ooh.
now, I'd go Twice. Girl groups, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Twice, Red Velvet.
Yeah, Red Velvet.
I'm not gonna include XG right now just because they only have like 4 songs. But I'll say Taeyeon, IU, and then I'll say New Jeans because they're flawless right now with everything they put out. Boy groups, I'm going Stray Kids. I'm going ATs. Huh? Oh, you're just saying Stray Kids.
I'm sorry.
I'm going Stray Kids. I'm going ATs. I'm going BTS. I'm going Shiny, and then I
Ooh.
am going my man Kang Daniel.
Fire.
But you got to slide Jackson Wang in there somewhere.
Yeah, you got to. I was gonna
Mr.
say
Wang.
it if you did. I would say it twice.
Well, I mean, I got 7 in my list. So got 7.
Oh, you wrote your list down? Hold
Shiny,
Yeah, I ain't
of
writing
course.
nothing down. This is right off the
Shiny,
top.
of course. Stray
I definitely
Kids.
wrote mine.
Oh, y'all wrote it down.
Me and Bang Bang are unprepared today.
On a
So,
loose envelope, torn up.
so
I
So-
ain't leaving out nobody.
Shiny got 7. Stray Kids 17, and NCT 127 is my boys. Group.
Damn, I feel bad for not saying NCT.
I was getting ready. Yeah, I was gonna mention
and
that.
I
then-
hate that we have to split them up like that, though.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's
either.
no order either. I mean, Shiny will always be closer to the top, but everybody else is cool in order. And my girl groups will have to be Dreamcatcher, Twice, Billy, New Jeans, and NMIXX right now.
You got Twice
Ooh,
too?
Billy.
Oh, wow.
Damn,
Yeah,
bro.
Billy is. I love.
Shout
Billy.
out to Billy. Shout out to Billy.
Mm-hmm.
It took y'all guys a while to get on Twice. It's good to hear that.
Oh
man.
yeah, that dirty wine, man. Jeez, Louise.
Oh, shout out to Billy though. That was a nice.
Yeah, shout out to Billy.
Yes.
That was a refreshing draw. I like that.
What you got, Lock? Give Bang Bang some time.
Yeah, I need it.
I got on this loose envelope.
Oh,
here,
that thing wrinkled. That's stressed
I
out.
got I got girl groups. I got Red Velvet. Nobody does R&B like Red Velvet in the girl
No.
groups. I got Dreamcatcher. I got From His 9.
Okay.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh, they do
Their
have
B-sides
ooh,
are
They B-side. I
their
was just about to
B-sides
say
are
that. Yeah.
Escape Room,
Oh,
Rewind,
escape room. Oh god.
criminally
Yes.
underrated.
Yeah.
And Captain Serum is one of my
Oh,
old. So
man.
love you, Serum. I'm not going same thing. The only reason why XG has flown up for me, but I'm
Oh.
gonna just put them right on the outer door just because I want to make sure that they're gonna keep going in the right direction. But so XG is technically there for me, but I just want to show respect for the groups that have been doing it longer. WJSN or Cosmic Girls is for in there, and then I would say like that last slot for me is like it changes a lot, but
Yeah.
I would say it's really like that Blackpink Twice Mama Moo. I'm going to see Mama Moo this coming
Oh,
up.
yeah, we
this
are
this
too.
month.
Yeah.
We are.
And I feel like
I
I feel like that's going to be very damaging for me. and they're going to reclaim because look, like for me, like Blackpink would be there if their discography was longer.
It's-
They
I
just
feel
don't
you.
have enough music.
Yeah.
They just don't have enough music. That's nothing indicative of the girls or anything. They
Right.
just don't have enough music for me to. Some of these groups are even From His 9, WJSN. They're just smaller groups, smaller companies, and they're still putting out more comebacks, more songs. So that's the only reason why they're really not just hands down in that spot. And then Twice is kind of they have so much stuff where it's like,
Oh yeah, twice.
I still haven't explored all of Twice's stuff, even though I know I'm missing some like unbelievable stuff.
Yes, you are.
So like I would say like those three. And then boy groups, I would say GOT7,
Shout out.
Wavy. Damn, I'm mad we can't say NCT as a whole. I would say GOT7 and Wavy. Wavy is probably I don't even be considering Wavy part of NCT. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I feel
They
you
don't
on
got the
that.
NCT in the
I
front.
get you.
Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I feel like they be on their own different thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like GOT7, Wavy, EXO, 17 just made it in there. They had a crazy year last year. And then like Monster X, NCT 127.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of hurt.
I would say Monster X just because I feel like they got the better, like they got some of the best like English like collab songs.
Okay.
And I don't know, it's just something about them that's very unique. They a lot of their title tracks, like I play a lot, Alligator, Shootout, Jealousy. So they have like I have a lot of stuff downloaded from them. So I rock with Monster X and 127.
Dope.
Bang bang.
Yeah, man, I've been really thinking about the list as we've been talking about it. I'm gonna say everybody. You feel me?
I can't.
Like, big fan. Big fan of everyone, of the universe. But if I gotta choose something, everybody's a one in my book. But I'll just throw some names out there, random names. For females, I'll say for the ladies, I will always say BB. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Big fan.
Yeah.
Hello.
Damn, I missed BB.
Yeah, I'm kind of mad at myself now too.
Bro, don't
Sorry,
talk
BB,
over who you
I know
ain't
that.
say. I ain't say Luna. Like it's a lot.
I'm kind of mad I didn't say Mama Moo.
Oh, next. Shout out to the moves. You feel me? Mama Moo. That's my number 2.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Itzy, big fan.
Okay.
Twice. That'll be my number 4. And Red Velvet, man. I don't know. I just always liked their music. It just resonated with me. Their sound was just always just something that stood out for me. But that's not even counting newer groups, because that's a whole nother wave I'm on right now. But anyway, shout out to New Jeans. So for the boy groups, I would say NCT Mark. You know what I'm saying? But that's not a group. We can't say that.
That's fair. No,
He's a one-man army.
He's a one-man army. I'm not mad. He might as well be a
man in K-pop.
He might as well be a unit in himself.
6
I like that. Good answer.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Debuts.
Yeah, I thought about that one. I would say Stray Kids, obviously. We're some big fans. I'm just gonna say Jackson Wang. It may not count for this list, but whatever.
Hey, it counts on ours.
It counts on ours.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Now I'm gonna say Jackson Wang. Outside of that, I mean, I can't really, as far as like ones that super stand out. I stand the girls a little bit more, but I was gonna throw a curveball and say Super M, but that's not it. But I would say 17. 17 has really grown on me.
Okay.
17 has really been doing their thing, and I would say maybe EXO.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
big
I like
fan.
that. I like that.
You got any you want to throw out there, Tenetti?
No, y'all said them all.
Okay.
It was like
This-
a combination
this
of
universe.
all of y'all's, and I'm like, well, yeah, yep, all right.
Okay, cool.
Here's that.
All right, great. What we got next?
Oh yeah, that's me. Sorry. Okay, so this next question is from Roland Marr. Are you guys open or willing to listen to Korean artists that are not necessarily K-pop idols? And if so, are you going to do any reactions to their art as well?
I'll take this one first.
Okay.
We do all the time over on Patreon. Well, I do. I always be checking out K hip hop, K R&B.
Shout out to the KR.
I've chucked out tons on Patreon, and then there are even some that I'll be like, "Hey, y'all, we gotta do a reaction to this." I've done that more than a few times,
Yeah.
and we put the reaction on the channel. But most of them are from me on Patreon. And we have a Discord group, and they put me on all the stuff that I miss
Yeah.
in like the K hip hop, K R&B realm. And yeah, I mean, I believe we are open to it. We have done it.
I'm open to it for sure. I personally like K-pop, specifically for the fact that I like the vibe and the way you feel from listening to it.
Yeah.
Outside of K-pop, I still listen to a lot of hip hop and R&B, and for me, K-pop is the counter opposite. So I actually prefer to just kind of like focus in on K-pop. But some of the K hip hop and K R&B is dope as well.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, especially KRMB, I've been a fan of that as well. So, usually these guys will put me on if I miss something. They'll say, "Yo, you gotta check this out. You gotta check this out." So I say we do check out like some of the smaller groups. Definitely a fan. So yeah, shout out.
BB's one of them. We check
Shout
out
out.
BB all the time.
BB.
So yeah. What about you, Locke?
Yeah, I'll say like I get that question a lot. I got that a lot at the beginning. I feel like some people kind of gave up just because like K-pop is like what Dame said, like it's the opposite of like what I listen to like on the regular and Western music. So it's like it fits perfectly in my playlist.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm very specific when it comes to K hip hop and K R&B. Like there's specific artists. BB is really like an enigma. She's very unique of an artist.
1000%.
She's like she does like everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? She can give you anything. She can give you any type of song. So I don't even consider her any specific genre.
Right.
Big fan of BB. But like, you know, like Lehigh, I like her a lot.
Oh, shout out.
Crush is fire. I think one that's like underrated that like I kind of heard on Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. I don't know if his name is pronounced Kugi or Kuchi.
Oh yeah, Coogie. Yeah, Coogie.
It's Kugi.
Yep.
Coogie's feature, that was one of the best features I come across. Like, you know, like I tend to hear their like a lot of those artists on like features. And then that kind of draws me into being a fan of them or checking out their own stuff. So that's kind of how it happens for me. You know, I mean, I got J Park stuff. You know, just stuff like that. But, you know, it's always gonna be like K-pop. I feel like it's like always gonna be majority of my channel. But I definitely want to start incorporating more like reactions. I listen to the stuff, but like I don't necessarily react to it probably like I could. So I definitely could probably do more of it.
So this is from Ryan, the biggest D, Zandy's.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's his real. That's the actual word.
What is his name?
Yeah.
I actually got it in the thank yous this time. It actually says the whole thing. Hopefully,
It does. It says it when I do it too.
Hopefully, you two doesn't and trip.
Shout
I
out
mean,
to
D could mean anything, you know?
Sure.
yeah, dictionary.
You see?
hmm
What's
Yeah.
the question?
Oh, sorry. In my opinion, Chrome Arts by Only One Of is the best reaction I've seen from you guys. In your opinion, what do you think is the best reaction on YouTube?
Now I have a question about that because when I read that, I was just like, "That's the best reaction."
Go on, man.
Is it just because of me and Bang Bang? Like, is that why? Because we kind of lost it there.
That's
I
terrible.
don't
yeah.
even remember that reaction.
I don't either.
Yeah, I haven't seen this.
Well,
I haven't
okay.
seen
Well, what
that.
happened was that, you know, I was describing my reactions to it, and I was saying that I kind of got lost in the video.
Oh, when Bang Bang started laughing and
then
crying. He was
Bang
crying.
Bang started
Okay,
laughing at
okay.
my reaction. He wasn't laughing at them.
I remember that.
But he was laughing at me because I was being honest with my feelings.
That video almost
And-
didn't go up.
And I was just trying to say, like, yo, I got lost in the music. There was so much going on in the record to where I kind of spaced out.
Right.
Yeah.
And when I said that,
Bang Bang was dead.
Bang Bang
tough.
was just like, yo, I felt the same way too. And he started crying.
that's
And
tough.
he was just,
Try to hold back.
Yeah,
was-
that was hilarious.
he just
actually.
related to me so well. And I thought that maybe he thought he was the only one of us that felt that way.
That's what it was.
But,
Well,
but yeah.
because I remember you thought you were like, man, people gonna take this out of
I
context.
thought people was going to
We
get mad
shouldn't-
at me.
We shouldn't post it.
Yeah, I was scared.
Because
I
he
was
sent it
scared.
to me. He's like, yo, dang, should we post this? I'm like, man,
I was
post that,
scared.
man.
But people understood why I reacted that way, and they didn't think I was being like rude to the group or anything like that.
That was only one of, right?
Yeah, only one.
Yeah,
of
that was
Yeah.
only one of yeah.
Okay, to me, my favorite reaction from us was Stray Kids God's Menu. Like I
Yeah.
still remember that vibe and that feeling after hearing Han's intro verse.
Yep.
I was just like, what the fuck? Like that, it was crazy.
That was the first one we rewinded on.
Yeah.
I don't know,
yeah.
was it?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
up
the first
until
one.
then we never restarted anything.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know like one of the most heartwarming moments for me just in reacting to K-pop period is Twice Fancy. Just because that was the moment it clicked.
Yeah.
And that was the exact moment I became once in Che Young Stan shortly after.
Well, I want to say one of my favorite ones is a Twice reaction. It was for More and More.
More and more.
And it's just because I caught that intro of Dame so frustrated that we couldn't
Because y'all was
start.
on some BS.
And Locke, when I tell you, when you
No,
get the chance,
I watched that.
You was in?
Was that the one? Was that the one where y'all opened and it was like how everybody feel, and he was like, "Well, it don't matter how they feel." Was that the one?
it might have been, but then
Yeah.
yeah, because I came late. No, I came on time and Bang Bang came late. and then
Yeah, I saw that one.
the stove was going off in the kitchen.
Yeah, it was a lot
It was
going
and
a lot
everything.
going on.
It was just like,
he had the
yo,
pillow. Yeah.
this was not planned, but it felt like such a moment, like we were actually just trying to
Yeah.
prevent him from
Antagonizing
seeing
me.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But the kids was being loud and
Yeah, there was a lot
everything.
going on.
And it took forever to get the setup to work that day.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. But other than that, I would say Exo Tempo. We talked about that earlier.
Yeah, tempo, man.
That had to be like one of my, like I was just like that. I can't believe, and I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
Oh. And I'm just like, what's going on? This is feeling so familiar. And then when they hit that doom 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 doom, I'm just like, yo, this is all up my alley. What's going on here?
Man.
So that has to be one of my favorite reactions. I mean, I have a whole list of probably
Yeah.
favorite reactions to go back to,
It's a
but
lot,
those are
yo.
like, you know, some of the top 2 I can think about.
Man, we have so much fun as a group. Like I didn't think this question was about specific for us. I didn't prepare for it, but we have just so much fun, just enjoying the content, you know. So we've been doing it for some time as well. But one of the memorable ones I was thinking was Stray Kids. First time listening to Twice. Well, the More and More. Really before that, was it Fancy? That was another one.
The first Twice one?
No, the first Twice one we did was probably Yes or Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because we didn't do like ooh ah for a long time. Like
Mhm.
I think I don't even know if we reacted to it actually. I mean I've
Yeah.
seen it a million times.
You probably
I think we
have.
did. Yeah, but no, we eventually did. I think
Yeah.
we might have did it for Throwback Thursday or something.
Okay.
But I think the first one was Yes or Yes.
Well, I'll say one that stood up to me was Switch to Me. For some reason,
Yeah.
that was dope, man.
Yeah.
You know, I think that just kind of caught me off guard. And we had a lot that caught us off guard.
Yeah.
You know, you got to think, especially with Blackpink. That was one that's like really took us to where we are now. But yeah, Switch to Me was like a whole different vibe. A lot of cheesing, and then the the guy, was it Umta?
Gucci.
yeah.
Oh, you talking about Yumda?
Yumda.
Yeah.
Featuring Jesse. Yo, if you
Yeah.
haven't seen that lock, you got to check it out.
Yes.
Yumda
What?
featuring Jesse.
Yeah. It's called
It's
Gucci.
called Gucci.
What does Gucci?
Yeah,
Yeah.
add that to your list. It's Yumda featuring
Don't she,
Jesse.
wait, she has a song. Don't she have a song called Gucci? No.
Yes, she does.
Yeah,
But this is a whole different
That's-
song.
This is
It's
a whole different
Oh,
song.
this is different. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
man. I
She's
think,
the feature.
Yeah.
yeah, she's a feature of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Super dope. First time seeing BB, I go down a list.
Yeah.
Kai had a really cool one. I think I mentioned the whole white brick. That was hilarious to me. Just a lot of things,
Yeah.
man. Just like so many memories. So for me, it's really just an overall experience. I can't really even say one because, like we react the same way to big projects as we do to small projects. It's all the same for us, man. So I would say just overall. But if I had to choose one, it'll be Switch to Me.
What about you, Locke? You got a
what's,
favorite
what's
reaction?
your favorite reaction that you did?
I would say it's hard. It's definitely hard to pick one. I would say my favorite is tends to be because I feel like a lot of people go for the big reactions, but for
Yeah.
me, it's I have moments where I'll just sit there like this, if it's not really moving me like that. So if I get a reaction, it's because it actually came out of me and not okay,
Right.
I'm going to this video.
Yeah.
Let me just spend my energy up on every video because I record a lot at a time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I sit for long periods of time. I would say Shiny Replay, but not the first. So not the video, but I reacted to the live performance
Okay.
after that. And
Okay.
I knew
Yeah.
every single, it was probably my first time mumbling the words
Okay.
of an
Love
entire
it.
K-pop song.
Yeah.
People in the comments, I ain't gonna lie, that video, people was like, oh yeah, you really like K-pop. I was in there bro, I recognize all the members. I was lit. I'm like, bro, this is the music I grew up on. This
Yeah.
is the vibe. This is that vibe. I would say that. I probably had a good 5. I would say that. I would say Wavy's Battle Live was I think the first time I played it, and I played a video from I played a video over. I watched the video twice in a reaction.
Yeah.
Wavy's Battle Live they went crazy on that. From His Nines, Escape Room. I was sold on them after that, sold. Why it was the one of the moments for me, are y'all sick? Like, why does this not have 45 million views? Like, are y'all
Fulfill
okay?
you.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It was one of them things for me. Like, and then like I would say that, and then like like I mentioned before, like the EXO Tempo, of course.
Ooh.
I would say probably You Calling My Name, again, the live performance, because it's a clip in that I put on TikTok, and like it kind of went, I won't say viral, but it kind of, because I was doing the choreography.
Oh wow! How would you do that?
It was literally like right after I heard it, and it was right after I reacted to it, and I was doing a choreography, and then like, yeah, people was like, that was when I was like, yeah, GOT7 is like the group, like my group. Like, so I would say like those, but I got a lot though. But like those are like the main like ones where they kind of like really, I feel like, drew the most like reaction out of me, where I had to like pause a lot or rewind a lot or like dance or stuff like that, so probably those.
Dope.
Nice.
10AP, you got any specific one that you remember that was your favorite?
Goodness, no, my memory ain't set up like that.
Yeah.
Look, I'm still trying to remember the one reaction that I did with Bang Bang. I don't remember what twice song it was.
That was twice.
I know it was twice,
It
but
was
I don't
Cheer
remember
Up,
what
wasn't
song.
it? Oh, likey.
See, that's why I was
Oh,
like,
was it?
I know it's one of them. I just didn't remember which one it was. I just remember how it made me feel. Sweaty.
Stressed.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't remember the song. Not the reaction part of it, but yeah. Okay, so Frank wants to know, do you want more or less songs with English lyrics?
I think the amount of English lyrics we get in some songs is fine. Most of the time when there's an English version and a Korean version to the song, I usually actually like the Korean version more. There's a couple exceptions. Stray Kids has 2 of them. I actually like Double Knot and Levanter's English
Oh,
versions
Double Knot.
better than I like the Korean versions, but all versions are great. All Twice's English songs are good, but when they have both, I tend to like the Korean version more. XG has proven that you can do all English lyrics and be very successful and
Yeah.
make great records. So I'm actually cool with the way things have been going. I don't feel like they should change the formula up too much to appease American audiences. But it's up to them. I like the balance that's been going on.
Yeah, I think the balance is pretty good. I like, how they handle the amount of, I guess you can say English in a record or whatever like that. I don't specifically need it, but for those that do, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's widely accepted. It's just some things.
Oh, Red Velvet got some dope English lyrics
Yeah.
also.
Yeah, it's just some things. I won't say translate well. I just say some things song wise doesn't translate well
Yeah.
when it's all in English. When it's in Korean, it just hit different, But I don't have a problem with it. Things good.
Yeah, me neither, man. I like the blending of the cultures, man. That's just me personally. I like the fact that you can hear both. It's just, to me, it just makes it really cool. If you just do like start focusing on all English, I'm not even sure the fans really want that. I don't think there's like a real big cry to say, I want you to do it all in English, So
I think they're looking at it as a way to broaden their audience by doing more English lyrics.
I mean, it's definitely more like you can consume it better if you're not used to, K-pop or anything like that. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's just me. I can listen to a lot of songs in different languages, but that's just me.
yeah, same here.
Yeah, I think I tend to like the Korean version of songs more than the English version of songs. Just because the Korean typically comes out first. And so you get used to hearing that. And then when you hear the English, it's kind of like, it's just like for me watching K-dramas or like anything else, if they try to like dub it
Oh man.
or anime and they dub it and it just doesn't match up.
Yeah.
The voicing doesn't match up and the pacing does like it doesn't fit. You know what I mean? I think sometimes that stuff can have like an impact on the idol's performance as well, because they're performing in languages that they are used to.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I feel like that can take away from even though they're professionals, that can take away from their confidence in their performance as well. So I think it's just better to let them perform in what they're used to. But I mean, some people have really good, like I think Monster X has really good English songs and Western collabs. Red Velvet. Some groups are just, I think, more built for it than others, and that's okay. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like whatever. The NCT has some good English stuff. You know, regular. I like regular in English more than I like it, you know, in Korean or Wavy's version or whatever. But like, it's very few songs like that. You know what I mean? So.
Okay. So Mindy Solar would like to know what you guys think about the K-pop community as a whole, and if you've ever thought about quitting YouTube.
Oh, dang.
Absolutely. Thought
Oh.
about it.
Oh, dang.
Some of them comments be crazy sometimes. The K-pop community is different from all other communities. Like, you know, I pretty much grew up hip-hop community. Hip-hop community is very competitive.
Yeah, ruthless.
I wouldn't say it's all the way ruthless. It's just definitely extremely competitive. Hip-hop is a competitive sport. Like, everybody wants to be the best. And to be the best, you have to beat the best in hip-hop.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's a lot of, like, you know, sometimes diss records, little slight disses and stuff like that. And that could carry over into the way people interact with each other. Hip-hop isn't necessarily the most accepting of everybody type vibe. It's getting better. Over time, it's gotten better. You know, Lil Nas X is somewhat accepted. Lizzo doesn't necessarily rap all the time, but she does rap. And when she raps, people respect it and respects what she does. So it's gotten better, but K-pop is definitely anybody is welcome here. You know what I mean? Like, it just seems like you go to the K-pop concert and you see
Everybody.
the whole rainbow sphere, and it's cool and it's chill. You see people that's 60 years old. You see people that's 18 years old.
Love that.
You know, it's definitely wide
Babies.
encompassing. Yeah,
Yeah, babies on the stage.
apparently
Who
babies.
brought the baby?
Right.
Yeah, I would have to say there has been a few times where it's just like, man, do I even want to react? Like, and it's only because, you know, just sometimes the community can be a little bit much because,
Like, your words affect the artist in real life.
well, yeah, I mean, you know,
Because you're critiquing the art, you're not critiquing the artist.
and I get it, and I don't, you know, uphold myself to be of any kind of standard of I am like officiated to judge anything. I just give my opinion. But, you know, I know there are some opinions of certain mediums I'm into that I don't agree with, but I don't make it a goal to be a keyboard warrior.
You don't send a letter?
No, and I don't send letters.
No
Okay.
emails.
And I guess that's the only thing that's kind of got me, like, you know, kind of me. And I mean, we share comments and stuff all the time. But honestly, you know, if we didn't have like our Patreon and Discord,
Oh, shout out.
I don't know if we would still be doing this.
Yeah.
And that's facts.
They
right?
kind of
That's a good
talk us
point.
off the edge a lot, actually.
And it's just like, you know, I share comments with them and they be like, you know, Ace, don't worry about that.
We got it.
It's all good.
We
Well, it's
got
not
it.
even like that though.
Sometimes they do say that.
But it's just like, you know, they're just like, you know, that's just how they are.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da. Don't worry about it. You know, we know how y'all meant it or how y'all meant to say this. So if it wasn't for them, man, I don't know if I'll still be doing this. Because they're kind of like my affirmation that, like, you know, we're not being crazy, just saying whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
and
you go in there and be like, yo, was I out of line?
And
Like,
even
if he
with-
was, we tell you.
even with the only one of joint, I think
Oh,
it was Lee that was just like, hey, Ace, I understood why you and Bang Bang was like that. You don't got to say anything. You're fine. Because I was really scared. I was just like, I hope
it's
nobody
scary.
like fell for this. But if I didn't have that reassurance from, you know, the people that have followed us and supported us and everything like that, I don't know, man, because some of these comments be a little bit wild, you know?
Yeah, man.
And just from what I see in the landscape, man, it's just the K-pop community as a whole, we just have learned that there are different sets.
Yeah.
You know,
Crews.
different crews. There are
Yeah.
different. You got to know which one to identify with and which one you like. Oh, that ain't nothing.
Yeah. Who
That's just somebody making a comment, like, you know, whole Janet Jackson thing. Whatever. Go ahead and tweet whatever you want, but I ain't worried about you. So I guess it's just, with the time of learning and, as we've been doing this, we just know how to separate the bunch from that bunch. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, we all know I have usually the biggest outtakes. I'm the most opinionated. You know what I'm saying?
I like how you slid that in there,
Y'all know I have the biggest personality, I'm really strong about my feelings.
Oh, right.
I hope that gets you some more of this hate message.
Matter of fact, I'm legally blind in the comments. Y'all know this already. You know what I'm saying? So definitely a fan of everybody. But the piggyback what Ace is saying is, I think the community as a whole, when you have people that rock with you and just really vibe with you, it just makes things so much easier. So to even thought of like quitting is kind of extreme. Like, I mean, it's just so many. It's like it's a community. It's like turns into somewhat of a family, if you will. Like we're all vibing over the same type of things. And we know how some of these, fans are kind of gang banging low key. Like we get it, but as you kind of understand the culture a little bit more, you kind of realize where to navigate. At first it's a little bit more challenging, but the more you learn, you kind of know where to go, what to say, and how to say it. I think sometimes it kind of hurts the art a little bit sometimes, where we can't really, sometimes they put the pressure on you to make you feel like you can't say certain things.
Right.
And that makes things a little bit difficult because we all know what, we say certain names, there's problems, so that does suck, but you can't tell us to stop liking something. If the music's good, the art is good, the community's good, I'm not going to get mad because a few, bad people just want to be heard. So shout out.
He took a breath, bro.
I don't think I ever thought about not doing it. I think I do think people get misconceptions about like YouTube in general and just like reactors. Like they see all the subs and they see like all the comments and like people showing love, and I think they just assume that like
you're making a whole bunch of money.
Yeah, you making money.
You're like rich off YouTube. I mean, and even then, like you don't have the right, just because someone got money, you don't have the right to say whatever you want to them. But like I think people think like, oh, I have the right to, just like how they think about artists, like, oh, you're rich and famous, so I can say whatever I want to you. Like, but I got a pretty good community. I have a couple like weirdos that like change their name every so often, and just I always see them spot up, and they talk very specific, so I could tell it's them. But like to me, my thing is this, and this is how I've always gone by. Like 99.8% of like those people would never say anything to me in person. Anything remotely along those lines if they saw me in person. And some of them would probably like be on some like, man, I love your channel, and they saying all this stuff behind the keyboard. So that's really one of the main reasons why I don't get bothered, because people just feel like they feel powerful behind the keyboard, and that's like that gives them their joy. Everyone gets their joy different ways. Some people just get it in like a twisted kind of way, bring other people down. But I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Like anything you do. Like I said, I'm in the fashion industry, so like it might be 1 million people that love a look that I do for a client, and like another 1 million that hate it and think I'm the worst ever. Like it is what it is. Anything you do entertainment wise, you're gonna have people that don't like it. It does get. I haven't had it get out of hand like how y'all have described. I've had some crazy stuff, but nothing crazy out of hand. But I just think K-pop is just a different world of fans. Like just groups in general. Like when you're fans of groups, I feel like that because the ages extend younger. Yeah. And it's more like you get more attached to these artists more. I feel like in K-pop, which is great marketing, but it's also like these companies know how to use emotion against people.
Oh yeah.
So like, it's like you say something. It's like you say something about a group or an artist, people legit feel that you're talking about their family.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Or them personally or that. I think people just need to separate themselves from the group. Like y'all shouldn't be losing no sleep if Twice sell 1 million copies or if they sell 5.
No, that's facts. The purple example of that is Baby Monster, and how people just thought we was just hating.
Oh, that was tough
on them. But once again, we've grown to like really enjoy the group,
Yeah.
and hopefully, well, that's a whole nother subject. But
Yeah, I'm about to say,
Yeah.
you getting into this?
I know, yeah, but yeah, people gotta really. We're not trying to downplay anybody, but yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so from Kia E, they want to know, where do y'all see K-pop 10 years from now on an international level? And if you think K-pop will get bigger or it will become a thing of the past?
I know a lot. We've kind of talked about this, so I don't really want to go on too long about it. But I'll just say that I think K-pop is going to continue to grow. I keep saying it. I feel like K-pop is about like a decade or two behind hip hop,
Yeah.
and I feel like it's kind of heading in the same trajectory. So, if that's the case, we may be in a situation in like 20 years where K-pop may be the biggest genre of music in the industry. As long as people continue to innovate and continue to do cool things, I could see it being big.
Ditto. Same here.
Yeah, I agree. You gotta watch out for them AIs though. I'm gonna say it every time. AI pop. You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all might want to think about in the next what? Y'all said 20 years?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely AI pop is. So y'all better watch out for them computers. There's some computers right now training. Right now just to be the next idol. So y'all be careful about them AIs.
What you think, Locke?
Yeah, I agree. I just think the system in place is super strong. I mean, like I think it's just built upon what I call the golden age of music, that 90s, 2000s, and
Yeah.
like you couldn't go wrong in that era. And I feel like that's the same kind of system. They're actually training stage presence, stuff like that. There's probably things that need to be cleaned up in that, but like, they're actually being taught how to be professionals and stuff like that. Whereas I think a lot of other realms of music now, social media has kind of made it so that people blow up without fans even knowing them. Artists feel like they don't have to do interviews. You don't really know artists anymore. We had making the MTV shows and stuff like that. We don't even know artists anymore. And so they're like, so and so got the biggest song out. I'm like, who?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
how?
saying? So it doesn't convince me to spend my hard-earned money to go see them.
Yeah.
I'm spending money to go see groups I don't even speak the same language as, just because I feel like I watch, Time to Twice, and I watch the comeback interviews, and I watch the live performances. So
Yeah.
I just think the system that they're doing right now is super strong, even though it does have its things that need to get fixed, like we talked about earlier, just like anything else. But I just think it's the strongest like musical like sub system that's going right now. They have it on lock. So
Agreed.
All right. So, Garbage Platform wants to know, and I quote, y'all know that most of them K-pop groups ain't, I can't even say it right.
I remember
sorry.
this question though.
Y'all know that most of them K-pop groups ain't do nothing, writing, producing, composing their own shit. So, what's your thoughts on that?
damn.
End quote.
Damn. You
End
wrote
quote.
that like that, bro?
Yeah,
That was direct. That was a
Yo,
direct quote.
That was a direct
Before you
quote.
go, Dave, I saw this come up and I was just like, hold on, what? Because somebody on
I get what
Discord
you're
was like,
saying.
Ace, did you see this? I'm like,
I get what they're saying. So look, I don't get mad about people writing in any genre of music other than hip hop. And the reason being is because if you're going to claim to be the best, you have to be writing your own stuff.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
If you're going to ask me, is Usher one of the best performers in the world, and then say no because he didn't write all the songs, I should give that title to Jermaine Dupri, I'd be like, yeah, you're kind of dumb. Like, first of
No.
all, Jermaine Dupri is the shit. However, in other genres of music, is not competitive like that. It's okay
Yeah.
to have other people write your stuff. It's okay to have other people produce your stuff. Like Michael Jackson didn't produce everything.
He ain't right.
He wrote a lot.
He did?
Oh yeah, Michael Jackson wrote a lot.
Okay, shut up.
Yeah, he wrote a lot of them songs. But that doesn't necessarily cancel them from the topic. So the only genre of music I think that matters for real is hip hop. Anybody that says, like, so for instance, if Lisa hate to use her as an example, came out right now and said, yo, I'm the best rapper in K-pop, it'd almost be kind of laughable in the fact that there's so many other K-pop artists that write their own stuff that rap for real. Like that's what they do. And they take it very seriously. So, but she's not saying that. You know, now she came out and said, I'm one of the best dancers.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't think that anybody's going to have a debate. So I don't have an issue with idols having other people write their stuff. I just think from a financial standpoint, they might want to get into writing and producing their own records so
And
they can make money
yes.
outside of performing.
Man,
That's all I'll say about that.
And I'm gonna just piggyback off of that. I mean, hey, that's a lucrative business. If you can write for somebody, you'll be just fine. And
Shout out to MJF.
And we was talking about
shout
it. I was just like, man, listen. I was listening to I was watching T-Pain's podcast the other day. Pink Sweats was on there.
Shout out.
And he was just like, I never wanted to perform until somebody was just like, hey man, you should try singing that. And he was just like, okay. But he been writing before that. And I feel like I've heard that story a lot where people just like, yeah, I never wanted to perform. I just like writing. And then they started doing it and they actually enjoyed it. So, I mean, hey man, K-pop's not the first. There's been a whole lot of other genres where people write for. So yeah, I'm fine with it.
What did he say? They said Lady Diddy's get nice as hell. Shit, if I ain't write it, I'm reciting it well.
Yeah, can't say won't stop.
It's like, you know, Dr. Dre too. You know, Dr. Dre is one of the best performers of songs written from somebody else.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna tell me he ain't one of the best. And I never heard Dr. Dre say he was the best rapper, but he definitely said he was the best producer. And is somebody gonna debate him in that? He actually produced some records.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I agree. I can't change. I mean, I'm with you guys. I think it's when it comes to hip hop artists, it means something. But outside of that, if that music's slapping, hey, now let it slap. But I do agree though. Like if they want to make some more coins and have more of an impact on their sound, they better start creating something. I like what Stray Kids are doing.
Better start Dioning.
Yeah, better start.
Start Che Youngin.
I mean,
Facts.
it's just about like you making the use of your strengths. If you can write but you can't sing, I would want to get my writing out there.
Yeah.
That's how I would feel.
Like, is this guy implying that Kenzie shouldn't have a job? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And a lot of these artists, I don't think they can dictate their sound. So you can be doing some polka music or something like that, and you may not be really into it.
Polka?
I think that's a genre. I don't know.
It is.
So, yeah, it's possible. If you can't write your own stuff or do any production, now you doing polka music, you know? So it's like, hey, you know, just I think it's smart for an artist to kind of expand their craft instead of just being a tool.
Oh, yes.
You know, because now they can kind of dictate the sound and maybe even the direction of the group, you know, so they can have their own signature sound versus somebody just come in and be like, you know, it'd be great with you guys, some polka music, you know what I mean? So having that, you know, creating that that talent, that art, you might be able to like, you know, extend your career even further.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think that I definitely agree. Like growing up on like hip hop and stuff like that, hip hop is like the only genre to me where it kind of made sense for people to be mad about like ghostwriters and stuff. Because in R&B and pop, some of the biggest artists ever, they have some of their biggest songs have been written by other artists, and sometimes it's not just like they have like behind the scenes people writing it. Like sometimes it's like another big artist wrote their stuff. So it's like
you look at Babyface's writing credits.
Yeah.
Oh, it's long.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But even Whitney Houston's
just
biggest
like
song.
even like, or like if you say like Justin Timberlake wrote this for Rihanna or so on, so like these are all like these are your peers, these are the bigger artists.
Wow.
This is who you're supposed to be battling against, and it's like or you know, I hate to use him in this, but R. Kelly wrote for Mike a couple times.
R. Kelly
like,
wrote
you know
for
what I'm saying? Like,
everybody.
and he
R. Kelly wrote for everybody.
He wrote his writing credit is like some big stuff, and it's just like this is your competition, you know. So it's like no one's ever really cared about that. I think K-pop is kind of like in that no man's land of like what, because now people are starting to make it a big deal, I feel like, about who writes and who doesn't. Now that more idols are starting to get writing credits, and especially from smaller companies. I only really use it as like it kind of, I don't take away from the ones that don't, but I reward the ones that do. That's one of the reasons why I'm such a big fan of Purple Kiss Yuki, because she
Right.
writes her lyric.
Mhm.
You know,
Swan,
I think they even
Swan
said
writes.
Ives Ray. I think Swan sang the demo. She sang the demo song for Chung Ha Snapping.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was-
she did. She did. Yeah. I
That
think you
went
can find
off.
it online too.
I never
She
knew
sang
that.
she sang the guide, the singing guide for Chung Ha Snapping.
Not just that. It was another record that was big that she did as well around the same time.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
That's hard.
dope.
But yeah, because Swan writes.
Yeah.
New Jeans, all the New Jeans contributed to the writing of the songs, all the
Good.
singles.
Good.
That's dope.
You know,
Yeah, I just think I mean I feel like it's just it's a weird with K-pop because they're more pigeonholed to their company. So like even if some of these artists might have great talent doing these things, but they're not allowed to do so. You can't necessarily be mad at them for that because they're not allowed to. Or we don't know if they're just not getting credit for it because they just don't have the power.
Yeah.
You know, we don't know what really constitutes as writing a song. If you technically write a line or two lines or a bar or a 4-bar, whatever, you technically wrote in that song.
Mhm.
So it's like most of the rap verses a lot of times aren't that long anyway. So it's like, what really is, now you're playing the nitpicking game of, is this long enough for me to consider it a writing cred, or did you write enough of the song? XC, My Bias, and WJSN has written for other groups in the agency.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it really just, it's kind of a double-edged sword. I feel like you just have to be consistent though. If you're going to have an opinion about writing and not writing, you need to be consistent throughout the entire, involving your faves, involving your non-faves. Like, you have to be consistent. And I feel like a lot of people just aren't consistent. They give and take who they're going to respect and who they aren't.
Dope.
A lot of facts there. So next up, we have a question from Asa. They always wondered what it is to be, what it's like to be a reactor, especially a K-pop one. They would love to know how y'all's journey as reactors has been thus far, pros and cons, as it were.
That's dope.
Yeah, this can be a very long answer.
Sum
I'm
it
gonna
up.
try to sum it up.
We make all the money
It's
in the
cool.
world.
Just let's talk about that for a second. We don't make no
what's up.
money off YouTube.
Oh, dang.
Can we say that? I'm just saying, like, because I see it in the
We
comments.
look today, no.
Like, they make so much money. Yo, we make nothing off of YouTube.
Oh, damn.
As a matter of fact, when you watch our reaction, the artists that we're reacting to get the money from the reaction.
There you go.
So even if we say something about how much we don't like it, they're still getting paid. So just know that. I just want to say that.
I didn't mean for that to get there. I'm
Is
sorry.
that, am I lying?
No, you're not. I was just joking,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah.
I just want to get that out. All reactors, even the ones that try to chop it up, they
Dang.
still get caught and they ain't getting paid for
Blowing
YouTube
up the
either.
spot. Oh, my God.
I just want people to understand. I Googled
The
it.
block is high.
No, when I Googled it, it did say, I Googled, can you get paid from reactions on YouTube? And somebody said, yes, you can if you cut it out enough. And I'm like, no, you can't. Anyway,
Nah, it's not working. They're gonna, bro. They have people legit assigned, like they have systems legit assigned to find their own
right.
codes
That's
of the
their
video
job.
on YouTube. It's not happening.
There are some groups that seem a little bit cooler. Card seems not to claim stuff for
up.
like 2-3 weeks, so you can make a little bit something off of that. But trust me, it's not what you think. Some of the stuff, the coolest stuff is the stuff that comes from the community, man. You know, this statue right here,
Bobblehead.
Big
bobbleheads. That was dope. You know, one of our highest ranking honor society members, Ava, man, he took us
Shout
to the
out,
NCT Dream
man.
concert.
That's
Yeah.
love
That
right
experience
That was dope.
was
Oh, that's dope.
absolutely crazy.
That was love.
Like, we felt like we were on an island. Like we were
Yeah.
we were literally by ourselves. There was a
We
buffet,
had the concert.
unlimited
The
drinks.
concert pass, or what was it called? The concert
Damn.
club
Yeah,
or something.
VIP,
Yeah,
VIP, I think it's called.
it was.
We had to
it
go
was
up a section,
VVIP.
a VIP entrance. Like you had
Yeah.
to scan
Bro,
there.
there was only like 25 people. It really felt like
Yo.
we were at a different concert
Yeah,
from everybody
man.
that
Oh,
was in
yeah.
attendance.
They had a
Wow.
whole buffet and everything.
Oh, yeah. I took my shoes off. You had to take your shoes off. Man, it was beautiful. It was luxurious.
Some of the other cool stuff, like when we go to concerts and people that actually watch our stuff come and check out, come and talk to us at the NC concert.
that's
We chopped it up with
dope.
somebody outside the NC
Yeah.
concert.
Yeah.
We see Ava
that.
at damn near every concert we go to.
Shout out.
Ava's the homie.
Yeah.
You know, I had chatted up with somebody at the Luna concert. She was like, I was really looking for you. I knew you were in here. That was dope. Like,
dope.
you know, Ace got caught by somebody in the Wendy's parking lot.
Oh yeah, that's right, yo. I was in the
Yeah.
drive-through at Wendy's, and this was like what 3 years ago, and she was just like, "Excuse me," I'm like, "Yes." Are you ambitious Ace?
Oh, put the
First of all, that was weird as hell. I ain't gonna lie, yo.
I am him.
I was just like, "Oh yeah, what's up?" She was like, "Oh my gosh, I love your channel." I'm like, "Oh, thanks." And she's just like, "Have a nice day," and I'm just like, "Whoa, that happened." I mean, the first concert we went to,
Blackpink.
Dane was getting shouted out with somebody driving by.
Yeah, that was dope.
So yeah.
It's cool stuff, man.
Yeah, I'll have to follow that. It's the small things like that. It's cool to meet up with people that have been following you and what you've done.
Because our community is really cool in person. Like,
Oh,
we
heck
got to meet them. 1080p was up in there. You know, my daughter was up in there.
Yeah, it's just a real cool experience. So that has to be, one of the highlights. But to give something different, I can just say, just exploring the music has been fun.
Yeah.
Just because we've been so much fans of music already, just to hear like what's being done differently than what we're used to hearing on the mainstream side of things
Yeah.
over here. And I say that strongly because I was just telling somebody the other day, there's still a lot of good R&B around here. There's still a lot of good hip hop and this and this and that.
No,
It's just
that CD I sent you to Dundee.
I sent that to him too. And I was just like, there's still a lot of people out here. It's just not mainstream. But I feel like, the K-pop realm and everything like that, they're taking those elements that we love so much about that and doing it justice in the right way. And so I think that's been the most exciting part for me. And we touched on the merch thing earlier, just the merch thing and just the engagement with fans.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing that I really like the most about K-pop is just how they engage with you. It ain't just buy my album.
Yeah. Just
It's just like, hey, get to know us, watch a show or two, a little documentary or a variety show. Get to know the fans and to get you to want to support them. It's such a natural way, as Locke was saying too earlier. It's just like, it's just not like, just buy my music. No, invest into me as a person. And I feel like that's what I'm doing when I support these shows and albums and stuff like that. So that for me has been one of the dopest parts of the experience of being a reactor.
Yeah, same thing, man. The community is just so dope. I feel like we got one of the dopest communities. That's a fact, man. But I would say to add something different is the journey. We fell into this on accident. At least it felt like it. It's not like we just set out to do this. It just kind of happened, and every, throughout the whole time, we've been kind of opening up our ear palettes. At least for me, hip hop. I was strictly hip hop and nothing else. I dabble in some country here and there, man. Shout out, some soft rock. Some Sade, I don't know what that is, but I think in this journey has really been opening up my mind, and since reacting, like feel like I'm open to all music now, which is really dope. So I really appreciate the journey and seeing the artists take the craft so seriously. I'm not sure if hip hop it feels the same with hip hop. I'm not sure. It doesn't feel like they take the music videos as serious. They take the rollouts as serious. It's like the quality is just so different, and I appreciate seeing it. Appreciate being a fan. So. In this journey, I'm just having fun, just rolling with it.
Yeah, I would say it's pretty rewarding. Just in terms of just getting to know people and like I went to 4 concerts last year, and like 2 of them, my subs bought tickets for me, and like I didn't even know if I was like before I could even get them. Like I know who was it? I think it was the Dreamcatcher concert and I think Idol. Yeah, so I saw Dreamcatcher, I saw Idol, I saw Card, and I saw Blackpink.
Nice.
And like at every one of them, like somebody came up to me or a couple people. Dreamcatcher, I actually was with like a a bunch of people that like had seen my channel where we were at, and like it's some people that I like talk consistently with, like on Instagram sometimes, just DM, just, oh, have you seen this? Have you seen this? You know, just regular conversation like with people, you know what I'm saying? Like friendly conversations consistently. And so that's more so of it for me. Like I said, I've always been like a little out of the norm person in terms of music and interests and fashion and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
just to be in the space, I feel like it's a lot more welcoming in K-pop. And I feel like people honestly are like very intimidated at first. Like a lot of times in public, when I be at shows, like there, I mainly catch people staring first. If it's not someone that like I've talked to before, I catch people staring, and then it's like one of those things where like I guess they realize like I'm just chilling, and then they're like, oh hey, like, because I mean you can't miss me at most concerts. Like you like at some of the concerts I've gone to, I don't know about y'all, but y'all in Atlanta, I don't know about y'all, but like a lot of concerts I've gone to, like I stick out.
Yeah, we be looking like we at the wrong show.
No, when he was saying that, I just thought about when we saw Everglow, and I'm thinking about the security guard.
Security guard.
Y'all here for Everglow?
You sure?
You sure?
I literally had like, cause see, that's the thing. People only see me like, you know, they only see you on YouTube. At least my setup, they only see this. So when like I'm like 6 foot with long hair and tattoos. So when I go to these concerts, like they be looking like, is he supposed to be at this show? And then even security is some security that has seen me like more than once at like, I think Dreamcatcher and Idol were at the same venue. And like he was working again. He said, damn, you back again? I'm like, it was so spread out. It was so spread out.
Security guards, man.
It
It
was
was
so
funny.
spread out. So I'm like, bro, you work security all the time here? He like, yeah. I'm like, bro, you see countless people. Like he like, bro, how I'm gonna forget you, bro, in this setting. Like,
Man, that hurts.
you know what I'm saying? But
That's funny.
But that's just cool to me, because it's just like you'll see a bunch of different types of people at a K-pop concert, and the age ranges as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's like dope. It's like music for everybody.
Yeah.
And like I said, my community is pretty dope. I'm not, again, it's not as large as y'all nearly.
It's gonna get there, man.
So I know the bigger you get, the bigger you get, the more. I've only been doing it a year. The bigger you get, the more like hectic it could get. But it's dope. It's dope. People be chill. Like my subs are pretty chill, pretty cool in person. So
That's your cue, 1080p.
Sorry, your child. Okay, sorry. Last question. This is from CL again. If y'all were a trainee, on which label would you want to start your career as an artist, and why?
I already know mine.
I already know yours.
Ooh, what is it?
SM. He made it sound like it was a chance. It was
How'd you guess that?
I don't know.
I want to know. How'd you guess?
I don't.
That's not the only reason.
Yeah.
It's not the only reason. I just feel like SM taps into that like that R&B, like 2000s to 2010s kind of vibe, like that pocket they got.
Okay.
And I feel like SHINee, NCT, EXO, they all hit that pocket for me.
Okay.
So I would want to be ingrained into that philosophy,
ecosystem.
that whole ecosystem.
Okay.
So yeah, it'll be SM Entertainment for me.
Well, I can't sing word for damn.
Yeah.
And you ain't gonna get no singing out of me.
Not even a little bit.
So SMA for me, I'd go with JYP.
Okay.
Because I feel like he can turn me into a star without having me sing.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's a good point. I get that.
Yeah.
He'll use what
he'll
your
utilize
strengths.
my strengths.
Yeah.
He'll have me dancing, doing some kid and play shit. You know, I think JYP can use my talents.
Okay.
So I'd be a JYP guy.
Okay. All right. How about you, baby?
I'll be independent. You know what I'm saying? I won't make the cut.
Oh my!
I won't make the cut.
Why
Any
won't you make the
competition
cut?
they put me in. You know what I'm saying? I gotta dance. I gotta sing in front of people. That's just too much pressure. Gotta wake up early. I don't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? I think I'll take my shots being independent. You know, I'll just pull my phone out. Hey, da da da. You know, and just by my album. You know, shout out.
I thought you was gonna say like higher music or something, you know.
I
Higher.
thought about it, but too much pressure. You know what I mean? They a little rough over there too. I've heard the music. I don't want that stress on me, man. Shout out to Higher.
About
Or
you, Locke.
if-
Oh, you got something else?
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. I would say even DPR. You
Oh,
know.
okay, I feel that.
If I had to pick something, I would
Now
say
that's another one I would pick too, because
Yeah.
just of how creative they are, and it seems like not
You said
everybody
who?
on there.
DPR.
DPR.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dream Perfect
just
Regime.
Dream Perfect Regime. Like I feel like they have such a tight unit
I would be part of something
to
like
where
that.
they have somebody that handles the video, this and that, the clothing, all that. I feel like that's another one for me,
I feel like
because I wouldn't have to sing or dance.
You know, what I'm saying?
I can just edit for them. Like, yo, I got you.
It's a whole ecosystem.
Yeah.
I'm afraid with some of these big labels, man. It feels really competitive. I can imagine like just the stress on a lot of the artists. So that to me, I would shy away from personally. Like I would be a part of something like a DPR or maybe even higher. But
Okay.
Shout out.
Okay.
I would say I think the easy answer for me is YG.
Okay.
Just
Wow.
because I'm not give me the laid back choreo with the rapping. And, like the swag, like give me like the, you know, like I like the way they dress over there. Like give me the, you know, the baggy pants with the oversized sneakers. Like,
With the bucket hat.
give me that treasure, the closet that treasure got. Give me that closet. My boy Hyunsuk be fly. But I would say outside of that, I would say maybe like in terms of like agencies that I kind of like their relationship with, not to say anything bad about anybody I don't name, but the agencies that I particularly like, what it seems like their relationship with their staffs, RBW is one. I think that's Mamamoo and like Purple Kiss and like
Oh, okay.
One Us and One We. I think.
Yeah.
I like the vibe of the agency, and I just feel like sometimes smaller agencies that like come up like out the mud, kind of like it's just a different like feeling. You know what I'm saying? I would say them and probably.
Man, you cheating,
Dream
man. We
Catcher's
supposed to be
agency.
picking one label. he trying to make sure he cover every
Man,
label.
hey, look,
He got the spectrum there, boy.
Elemental P.
man, look, hey, yeah, I think I would say like if I had to go like a big company, probably like YG. Personally, just vibe wise, like musically, I would say probably like YG because
Nice.
I like they're very laid back, they're very chill. Like I like high, but I'm not spinning on my head 6 times.
Oh, they be feeling that.
Like they choreography get crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
I'm staying
Thank
far
you.
away from
Man.
17.
Yeah, I
Too
feel
far.
that. I feel that.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Like that's insane. JYP, you know.
Yeah, just
gotta
give me
wake
the
up
switch to
early.
me choreography, man. Oh, just some Bobby Brown. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You have to do it 1,000 times, man.
Maybe.
SM, like I can't, y'all. There's two. It's like it's real fear factor-ish with the vocals. over
Hey,
there.
I'm
Like,
not saying I'll make it.
if you miss
There we
one
go.
key,
You know,
you miss one key with SM.
Oh, then you
they gonna
done?
be looking at you crazy.
you ain't lying.
You ain't a
They gonna
legend.
be, hey, look,
You ain't got
they gonna
legendary
be looking
vocals.
at you crazy.
What you doing in here?
What you doing? Intruder.
You said there was one more question
can you-
for.
Oh yeah, I did have one more question, man. Hold on. Let me get that. Just one more. I got a question for Bang Bang.
No, can't answer it. Can't answer it.
So Kage wants to know.
No.
So Kage wants to know.
Oh.
When we're reacting, there are some times where you may look off to the side and like just kind of veer off. She wonders, like, you know, is that how, like, you know, she also says sometimes you'd be like kind of like having a blank stare.
Oh my God.
She wonders, are those the times that you come up with your puns and your jokes? And she just wants to know if that's a thing.
No, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I just be vibing, man. I got a blank look, stare, I guess, swag about myself. I'm the awkward man. But when I do that, Maybe it could be like a rhythm thing where I just kind of swing and move, but honestly, when I be thinking of stuff, it just be on the spot. Like, or sometimes I'll see something in the video and I'm like, I want to hold on to it, but we see so many things, you can't hold on to everything.
Mm-hmm.
So then as you try to remember what you want to say, and then I'm usually last. So then
I mean,
things,
you can go first.
we gotta stitch it together. It gets too complicated. My brain gets tired, so I just be saying stuff, man.
Okay. She just wanted to know that, man. And another question she had was, how do we usually, aside for the obvious ones, like twice, how do we decide our listening parties?
We usually just text.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yo, this album coming out. Want to do a listening party? Yeah. What time? That's literally
that's
how
literally
they
it. That's it. Yeah.
Like, I can tell you right now, as soon as they announce Shiny's date, Ace is gonna be texting us, yo.
Hey,
Yeah.
emergency reaction. All right, and if y'all don't want to do the album, I'm doing the
doing it
album
by
reaction.
myself, right?
So hey, that's it.
That's pretty much how it goes.
That's it.
All right, InfiniteLocke, man. Yo, let everybody know where they can find your stuff at, please.
You can find me on my channel. Everything's pretty much the same. So my channel, my Instagram, is InfiniteLocke. Locke is LOCKE. And then so I'm starting to move more into like fashion of idols and stuff like that soon.
Nice.
So like we'll still be on like K-pop, but like more in the fashion sense, and then also still having reactions. So yeah, I got new reactions coming soon. I've been swamped with moving my house, so that's kind of a new development. But we got new stuff coming soon, so stay tuned.
We missed a whole section from the beginning. It's gonna take too long to try to do it, so I'll just do it quick. Locke, favorite reaction for the month of April.
Oh.
And is there any reaction you watched that you may not have liked when you first watched it, but when you listen to it later, you ended up liking it?
Just for the month of April.
Just for the month of April.
Just April alone.
Oh, because I remember that question. So it was, you want me to do one?
Yeah,
just do
instead of three, let's just do one.
Yeah.
It was. I wrote that.
Oh, if you wrote it down, then you can just
good.
go over yours. I ain't writing nothing down.
No, I wrote mine. It was NCT Doja Jung Perfume, Jackson Sierra Slow, and then Taeyong and Lisa Shun.
Okay.
And special honorable mention 17 Super.
Oh, you wrote yours down, I guess.
No, I didn't. I forgot that too. I'll just on top of the dome right now. Shun. That's just right there. They're my favorite. I'm trying to think of one that may have grown on me, and come back to me. Go to your top.
So
did y'all hear? Did y'all hear "Can We Go Back" by Doja Jung? I just want to know.
Not yet.
Go listen to "Can We Go Back." The B-side. That will be one of the best B-sides of the year.
Ooh,
okay.
Can we go back? Can We Go Back by NCT Doja Jung is a R&B masterpiece.
Ooh.
So I'll just do three off the top. Okay. Number one, best song I've heard so far this for the month of April, might be the best song of the year, possibly. Shun, Taeyang, and Lisa, Crazy.
Yeah.
Anything Zykers, I'm rocking with right now. And yo, that dripping 7 Sin.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That is hard.
That joint is so hard.
Yeah. I agree.
And song that grew on me, I Am.
You know what? That's a good call.
I like that song a lot.
I'll piggyback off of that. That has grown on me because after I checked out the album, and I'm just like,
there It's Live is crazy for that.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. So I would say I Am is one that has grown on me. Yeah.
Bang.
I would say I've Kish is good.
Okay. Good.
That grew.
I would say just up top of the dome. My phone ain't moving fast enough, but I would say Sugar dropped in April, right? Or August.
Yeah.
August.
Yeah.
Tough tune. I enjoy that one.
Yeah.
Dane mentioned one earlier. I can't remember.
What, Driven?
No, it wasn't that one.
Don't sleep on that Set Me Free, but I thought that was March.
God.
Was that March?
I mean, we checked it
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
the
yeah,
listening
yeah,
party.
yeah. That was March. You're right. Yeah,
Sorry,
that
I
was
can't-
Yeah,
March.
you talking about Twice? Yeah, that was
No,
like
no, no,
No,
Twice.
Jimin.
Twice set me free and Jimin set me free with March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
damn, Jimin like crazy.
Oh
my
yeah,
God.
yeah. I think that was a little
Like
bit older.
crazy was
Like crazy
yeah,
was March too.
that
right?
was
Yeah, all that was
Yeah,
March.
that
was March?
That was all March.
okay. I
August
ain't miss it. I ain't miss it then.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought I missed it.
Yeah.
August D was this April, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I think didn't New Jeans do like Pepsi Cola or
Yeah,
something
the
like
Coca-Cola.
that? Coca.
Hey, I didn't like the
Zero.
Coke. The Coke.
Diet, yeah,
The
Coke
zero.
Zero.
New Jeans Zero.
Zero was the song.
Yeah, this is the one I didn't really like it for, but I like it a lot more now. Yeah, so yeah,
You
let's
do?
go. Yeah,
Yeah.
You do?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Make-
1080p
I reacted to it.
Don't
I
do me
haven't
like
posted
that.
it. I haven't posted it yet, but the chorus threw me off. Everything else was
Chorus is
fire.
horrible.
Yeah.
The chorus
Yeah.
sounded real gimmicky.
Yeah, yeah.
And I love new.
But
Jeans. I think that's
apparently,
why
I
love
learned
it.
that was part of like a Korean nursery rhyme. That
Oh.
how they sung it. It was part of a nursery.
That makes
rhyme.
sense.
Sounds
That-
like it.
That makes sense then.
That
Okay.
wasn't the one then. It was another like beverage or soda.
Cherry Coke.
Cherry Coke.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're talking about
Hyun from
yeah,
CLC.
Yeah.
Her solo stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
I
we
haven't
got.
heard-
Did you
I
see
don't-
the comments? Somebody got
did
mad.
that get put back up yet? Because I know they took it down.
Oh,
YouTube
yeah?
took it down because I guess somebody didn't clear the use of Coke in the song.
What?
YouTube took it down. Yeah.
Mm.
Damn.
Yeah, because somebody in the comments, it was what, Yan? Somebody was just like, how do y'all like this hook, but don't like New Jeans Zero?
It's
No,
different.
no, they said y'all like this, but y'all don't like I Am. I believe that's what it was.
Nah, I think they would compare.
You
it.
sure? Because I saw somebody compare this one to Ive, and I was just like, listen.
Look, man, we like what we like.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's it. That's it. But yeah,
Yeah, I can't think of nothing else.
that's cool.
Okay, man. Well, yeah, man, InfiniteLocke, we appreciate you coming on the pod, possibly pod. Maybe a
Podcast,
pod.
man. Just say it. Just say podcast.
The pod.
The thingy we got going on here.
The thingy.
The thingy we got going on here.
Thanks for coming on this thingy.
Yeah, thanks for coming on the thingy.
That sounds
We
dirty.
appreciate you, bro. Appreciate
Shut up
you.
to me.
Sorry.
Appreciate you participating in the tune trials. I think people gonna love it.
Can't
you
wait
know,
to see that.
that's really dope, man. And can't wait to see your channel continue to grow
Yeah.
and you do your thing. And looking forward to see some videos of you critiquing some of these idols' fashion.
Yeah,
man.
that's dope. I like that. That'll be dope. That'll be dope. Real dope.
Appreciate y'all for having me. Yeah, hopefully I don't get canceled for that part. So.
Oh, whatever, man.
You never
We'll
know.
go slow.
You never know.
We'll
If he
go
if he
slow
say
into
something
the
bad
fact.
about something Lisa wore, it's a wrap.
I mean, he'll be all right.
You don't like her shoelaces?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Not the shoelaces.
Not the
Not
shoelaces.
the shoelaces. Oh man.
So yeah, we'll get slow into that. But thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. I definitely rock with y'all channel a lot. Like I follow very few reaction channels, and y'all are one of the few. So I enjoy y'all content for sure. I like how y'all keep it real. So they keep it real, y'all.
Yeah, for sure,
That's
man.
what you're gonna get.
Keep it tight.